Premier League football is back, folks. The 2022-2023 season starts today for Newcastle United at St James's Park. Welcome to the Toon Review. It's a very exciting day, the first day of the Premier League season for Newcastle United. Our first game at home to Nottingham Forest, the newly promoted side from the Championship, at St James's Park. We have some team news already. Obviously, the teams came in half an hour or so ago. Newcastle United lineup is as follows, and it's a team that was predicted by Alex and Paul. Nick Pope's in goal, Kieran Trippier the captain today in the absence. Obviously, if Jamal Lascelles doesn't start, or John Joe Shelby, he's captain. Right back, left back's Matty Target. In the middle, it's the interesting point. Fabian Schär starts with Dan Burn, which means that our new signing, Sven Botman, is relegated to the bench. Midfield, we have Bruno Gomes, Joe Willock and Joe Linton, and a forward three of Miguel Almiron on the right, Alan St. Maximan on the left, Callum Wilson through the middle. A side, as I say, predicted by Alex and Paul. No Sven Botman, which I thought he would play. Subs would have Dubravka, Botman, as I said before, Lascelles, Matt Ritchie, Chris Wood, Ryan Fraser, Jacob Murphy, Elliot Anderson makes onto the bench alongside Sean Longstaff. So that's a good side for Newcastle United. Promising start for us. Hopefully come in today. Nottingham Forest, their lineup's also been announced by Steve Cooper. And there it is. They've got Dean Henderson in goal. Looks like Joe Worrell, the captain, Nico Williams, the return to St James Park of Jack Colback. I'm glad he's playing. Jesse Lingard makes his debut in the league for them. Liam O'Brien, Harry Toffolo will play at left wing back. Nia Carte, the third centre back. Brennan Johnson, Sam Surridge up front, and McKenna in the middle of the park also. So it looks like a 3-5-2 kind of formation, or 5-3-2, depending on when they've got the ball or not. Wayne Hennessy's on the bench alongside Bianconi. Can't quite read that, but their bench is full of people that probably never heard of. Lyle Taylor's on there. I can see they've got a player called Cafu. I'm pretty sure it's not the one that used to play for Brazil. He'd now be about 50. But that's their first lineup in the Premier League. First game they've had in the Premier League for 23 years. And there's Joe Worrell on the front, the captain. So, promising start for Newcastle hopefully today. Let's get 3 points. Game early today, Fulham versus Liverpool, a great game of football. Finished Fulham 2, Liverpool 2. 2 goals for Alexander Mitrovic on his return to the Premiership, won a penalty in the second half after a header in the first. And goals for Liverpool from Darwin Núñez on his league debut, and the inevitable one from Mo Salah, both of which happen to be in my fantasy team. But we won't mention fantasy team too much today. We'll take some comments, though. We'll take it from the top. Mitro Banging. I can't say the name, never can. I'm not going to even try. Mitrovic bang your goal. Let's bring him home. Tom Lynch is already at St James's Park. Good afternoon from the sun-drenched and sublime to James's Park. Enjoy the watch along. If you need a recommendation for a Newcastle stream, my go-to is always the Useburn. While we're on the subject, please no requests in the chat for streams, or please do not post any links. They will be removed straight away, and you run the risk of getting yourself blocked. Not worth it, really isn't. And obviously, if you like what you see today, to help us out, give us a thumbs up, a like. And if you're new to the channel, this is your first watch along. I'll be doing the home games this season. Paul will be doing the away ones. But if you are new, please subscribe to the channel. Help us out. We're closing on 13,000 subscribers at the moment. Great to hit there today. Be a great result for us also, as well as the one at St James's Park, hopefully. And also, super chats are available. If you click on the dollar sign and donate whatever you wish to donate, it's all gratefully received. We're very grateful for it. And indeed, memberships are available too. If you click the join button, and you can join a membership via that route. I'll take some more comments now. Matthew Thompson, I was torn between Mitro and Nunes for fantasy. My thoughts were bringing Mitro after he played Liverpool. Turns out he's going to smash them in against everyone. Yeah, good result great start for Mitrovic. Man of the match performance. He was outstanding today. Really was. Looked a really good player again. As he does in international football. So, Barbara's in the house. Botman not starting. Big mistake in her book. We will see. FIFA RTG. Great Arsenal. I've gone for Diablo. I really don't get it. We are under FFP. Everton can spend more than us. Someone is lying to us. We have bigger revenue than Everton. Fight Milk 4 BBB. How's it going, everyone? Only 50 minutes to go until the most significant point in my life is going to begin. My missus was a bit upset with this viewpoint. That way, the lads and great commentary, Billy. And he also says, I was surprised that too, Bar he'll start in the cup. And will work his way in like Bruno did, indeed. Jules is in the house, our mod, obviously. The mod squad are all in tow today. Afternoon all the way, lads. Here we go. And here's another mod. Good afternoon, everyone. Please keep comments respectful. No spoilers, please, until Billy has mentioned. And lastly, no asking for links to illegal streams. Thank you. Thank you, Gary. Just repeating what I just said. Thanks, mate. Afternoon, Jules Petal says, Stu, nice to see you in the house, Stu. We'll click through some of these. NUFC Shane Down, Australia. Mitro is a menace. Wilson scores today. Maxim Mickey 2 in the range out of Colback. Yes, I think playing Colback might be a mistake for them. Blanny Ball says the only way is Hal's way. Indeed, it is. Stu, pretty typical. The show starts at 2:30 every night this week. I've missed TTR. You can always get them on catch up, mate. Last night's show was an absolute belt, I want to say. Sean says, here we go again, another season. So let's have a great game. I'm looking forward to what this season will bring. Yes, it's an exciting one, isn't it? DS says, good game with the Costas. It was a great game. Thoroughly enjoyed it. James Pope, I'm starting the day joint and bottom of the fantasy football. Let's see how high I can climb. Well, I don't know where I am, but I've got 2 goals today. And a goal and assist yesterday and a clean sheet. Gary says, let's see if we can get 13k today. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's free. Indeed, it is. Justin's in the house. Sorry, Adrian's in the house. Good afternoon. Let's all hope for a good game. Indeed. HM, good morning from New Zealand. Hope everyone is doing well. Early in the morning down there in New Zealand. James Pope looks like Max on the right and Almond on the left. Be interesting. We'll see. They've got the flexibility to interchange, haven't they? So we shall see. Be amazing 13k and a whole lot of love for Toon of you. And our Billy Trey. Thanks to Jules for that. Good afternoon, everyone. Says Rachel, another one of the mods. Happy match day. We're going to skip down some of these hellos and what have you. We'll go to Apocalyptic Workshop. When you realise you sold Mitro 50 million and pay 25 for words. Yeah, it's kind of Paul says hi all, come on the mags. And Vortex afternoon all. Jimmy Jones, our resident West Ham fan. Don't forget to smash Lingard for me. Alvin Messenger over in America says happy game day, everyone. Rachel says apocalyptic one negativity. It's the first game of the season. Come on, Newcastle, indeed. Ben says Toon and Apocalyptic Workshop. Best team out apart from Botman not starting. Tracy says come on 3-1, I think. Andrew says good afternoon to everyone. And he thinks it'll be 3-0. We'll skip down here. Ken says looking forward to your commentary. Cheers, buddy. Can we see Forest signing clicking on game day 1? We don't know. Billy Bob says apocalyptic. Bruno. Paul says afternoon, Billy. Everyone in chat. Seeing the on match day program made a few hearts to repeat. Indeed, it did. I'm going to skip a few more of these because there's loads of them. Ben says, great to see Elliot Anderson making bench. Luke, I'm not reading your comment. That's ridiculous. How am I watching the game through my eyes? No bother, Rachel, just making up. Dan says Mitchell was in real, wasn't he? Just he does indeed. 3-1 Newcastle Spider. Come on, the lads, onwards and upwards. Paul Tully says 5-1 to the 2 today. Forest may try and start quickly, but we will come through. Let's go, Jay Lings. Our bench looks weak, but let's hope we can keep our 11 going. Yeah, except Botman. Yeah. And more hellos. Miss Susan's in the house also. Afternoon, Susan. Skip some more of these hellos. Please don't ask for links. They will be deleted. Indeed, they will be. And if you keep doing it, you run the risk of being blocked, which ain't good. Gareth says, good afternoon, Billy. What's everyone in the chat? Yeah, indeed. We're 20 minutes from kickoff. Reason thinks it'll be 4-1, which is a very optimistic, but it could well be. First games are never easy. I think we win 3-0. Gary asked for the lineup. Well, we can show it again if you really wish. There's the Newcastle one. It's kind of the one that predicted. No Botman, but Burn starts. Joe Willock makes the midfield ahead of Sean Longstaff. And then Yalmon, obviously, with his pre-season form, maintains his place on the right-hand side, possibly left, depending on which way they see it. Back to the comments there. Charles has given me some speech advice. Just say apocalyptic, Billy. Help me to do that with words. Cheers, buddy. Rachel says, looking forward to this, Billy. Happy none of the pre-season mishaps happen for you. Hoping that you're going to smash it. Yes, I hope so too. Billy says, I'm all 16. Hope you're well. I am indeed. Excited. Jack says, bottom one side against Liverpool City. Eddie knows you can't have Target and Burn on the left side. They will get ripped apart without Botman there. And Gary has to repeat again. Now asking for links to live streams. So see, we're already getting them. So please do not be posting live links. Afternoon, David. Spencer's made me happy to see Klopp look like he's going to tear his hair out on the touchline. I knew Botman wouldn't play today, as Eddie Howe likes to slowly bring him into the team. And like he did with Bruno when he arrived. Indeed. Level 7 Dave's in. Come on, Toon. It's my birthday on Monday. Happy birthday for Monday, David. I hope you have a good one, mate. Apocalyptic Workshop. I understand Bird not getting dropped. He's been solid. It would have been slightly unfair, indeed. Ben says Eddie we trust, of course, we do. Happy belated. It's not yet come. It's Monday. So happy futuristic birthday, level 7. Says Spencer. Chris Tucker, send help. Bristol has an invitation of filthy Malcolm. Looking forward to the watch along. You'll smash it as always, Billy. Cheers, Chris. Kendall says hi, folks. And our first super chat from Keith Dartsaver in America. Let's go. So ready for this 2-on-2 $20 super chat. Thanks, Keith. Fully appreciated as ever. I'm very grateful. Sean says buzzing for today's game. Mark says Eddie eating bottom in locking with Bruno. Yep, indeed. Scott says that. Wait, Billy. Good not to be a match today, but got to keep the City game buzzing. Wish you good luck from Clark. Cheers, mate. Bruno on the score sheet today. Let's hope. Afternoon, says Adam. Here we go again. And Flumpy Socks start the season with us. We mean to go on the front foot with pace and desire. Super sticker from Scott B. £1.79, mate. Thanks very much. Very much appreciated. Very grateful. KBN UFC 73 from Belfast. He's in the house. Good afternoon. How are you, lads? And Fawad says, Billy, you the man. Looking forward to the commentary. Thanks very much, Fawad. Looking forward to doing it. Afternoon all, says Dominic. Scott's. I'll be listening to Matt, says Gareth. I'll be listening to me, mate. JK will finish the season with a much better team than what we started with last season. And the team's looking good right now. Couldn't agree more, mate. Also hoping Willow gets off to a great start. Essential for his season. Yeah, it would be if he gets a goal, gets his confidence up. Be fantastic. Jack says, as much as I love Burn and Target, they were horrific against Spurs. They are fine when we don't play elite teams. That's probably a fair point. Garen says, I don't often hit like on video. I'm going to start liking yours to help out. Really enjoy them. Only 47 so far. Be nice if everyone here hit the like. Yeah, we have nearly 400 in the chat. So if you could all hit the like, it'd be great. What do you think of Trippier captain? Obvious choice in that lineup, I believe. World Cup and European World Cup scoring semi-final, in fact. Fully fledged English national world-class right back. Really obvious choice for the captaincy role today. Barbara says, so looking forward to your commentary today. I can't get the game anywhere, but you are just great. 4-1 for the Toon today. Thanks, Barbara. Appreciate that. Botman being bedded in like Bruno was yet. Keith says 5 subs going to change things so much. It will indeed. Pope clean sheet, Carlton getting past him. Well, let's hope. Hope for Pope. 3-1 says Kendo. Lots of hellos. Let's get past them. Marrell says prediction should be golf for a free kick and Wilson with a brace. Spoy says, hey, hi Billy, my son Lee has his third kit arrived and it's first time listening to the show. Can you say hi to him in South Africa? Hi Lee, hope you enjoy the stream. Welcome to the channel. Get yourself subscribed, mate. Brilliant. Glad to have you with us. Stuart says, been on the stadium tour and parked yourself on level 7. Dominic, feel like we will start to see the star progress. While I'm sure that there will be areas of improvement, we must put the performance in context from 12 months ago. Indeed, surprised Botman isn't starting, says Gary. Triple captain on Nunes today. Goal plus assist. Come on. Oh, right, he's on about fantasy football. Yeah. I've got Salah as captain, so it's the same for me. Except he didn't get an assist, did he? Or did he? Yeah, I think he did, didn't he? Hopefully it's an omen. Great work, Billy. Thanks, David. Amos is wishing the two lads all the very best day from the Emerald Isle. Away the lads. Reminder, please, no spoilers of any kind. That's another important point. I may be behind you, and if something happens, please don't shout it out in the chat. I might not see it anyway because I'll be watching the other screen. But don't spoil it for the rest of the people that haven't got streams ahead of mine or in America or whatever. Please do not. No scores until I've celebrated or threw me toys out of the pram, whatever. So yeah, great thing there, as Jules said. Mito got 2 today. He was outstanding. He was a real handful. Burn and Shaw was solid towards the end of last season. Both should be started. Probably fair, that is, yeah. Dan Bird up against Johnson makes me nervous. Not going to lie. I can just see him being too slow. We shall see. Come on, the Zebra, says Tony. What time we got now? It's 2:45. Hope Wilson gets goals because he's in my fancy Prem team. He's a good person to have in, I guess. Nothing as yet. We keep the ball so much better. Our high press strangles team and Forest won't cope. I hope, says Jack. Russell says Eddie says Sven ready, but said Burn and Shaw good towards the last season. Yeah. Ian says, come on, let's give Eddie's contract and all a 3-0 kick. Yep. Good luck, Billy. However, that says Glenn. Do we know the team yet, Billy? Yeah. What time was just putting at 2:43? Yes, we do. It's Burns in centre half with Cher. Botman starts on the bench and Willock's in for on that right hand side part of midfield, the right 8 ahead of Longstaff, and the rest is really predictable as you would expect. Nigel playing our strongest attacking team to start. We can see Botman and Longstaff coming on if we are leading, and then Elliot Anderson if we fall behind. 3-1 to 2. Away the lads, Almiron and Wilson to score. Let's hope so. Yano's in the house also. Adams, I think I might be the only person in the country with Miggy instead of Salah on FPL, hoping for a big performance. Well, he's a lot cheaper, let's be honest. Comments just skipped. That's the team there. Bet, Pope, Target, Burns, Shaw, Bruno, J7, Willock, Miggy, Maxi, Wilson. We'll skip down a bit further. No asking for links, Geordie FM. I'm not going to put them up, but please do not ask for links. Yeah, no, it says, have a good one. Just remember the skinny one on the right is Miggy and not Longstaff. Yes, Longstaff ain't playing, so that's okay. And I don't think I'll mix him up with Willock. Although I do sometimes mix Shelby up with Joe Linton when Joe Linton's got the blonde top. So anything could happen. Super chat in from SBS, £4.49. Really appreciated that, mate. Very grateful. Thank you very much. 3-1 to the Toon. I'm looking forward to your live commentary. Keep it good with me. No problem. I will try my very best. Rounds of applause for him there. Newcastle fan like Madison 27%, Paqueta 72. By player quality, Paqueta useful good. Hey bro, why don't you go games? I'm only asking. Basically, come 212 miles away, and that kind of stops me. And it's incredibly hard to get tickets these days too. 3-0 Wilson first goal, says Glenn. Let's skip a few more. Looking forward to the game. 3-1 and above Liverpool. Great start to the coming week, indeed. Paul said, only thing that concerns me at today's fitness. Our last 2 preseason games, both sets of teams tired drastically after 60 minutes. Both hope we can maintain our energy and, of course, use subs wisely. Yep, that's what they're there for. Hopefully, we'll have come on for that. I'm going to skip a few more. Yeah, once again, folks, please don't ask for links. They'll get removed straight away in the comments, and if you keep doing it, you will get removed from the channel. So there you go. It looks like Rachel's considering going on the mother's ruin before 3 o'clock. And as Julie's on the wine, I guess she's going to, by the look of things. Could get interesting. Great stuff here. I love all these comments. Thanks for really help. This really helped the channel with the comments. I just saw a great one there from Stu, who predictable Bruce out. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Can't stand him. Tony Timebridge's on the coffee. I'm on the Diet Coke at the minute. And at the bottom of the thing. So just remember, just keep it civil in the chat. Please. 10-3. We'll attempt to get something going here. Just press the wrong button like an idiot. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Excuse my silence. I'm just trying to find. Just trying to find the stream. 10 minutes from kickoff. Still plenty of time to find one, so it's not bad. Everything's going to be okay. We'll be okay. We'll get in. Not at all, no problem. Where are we? David says, go on, have a drink. Yeah, go on, have a drink. Here's hoping the St James atmosphere gets to the Forest team. Yeah, that could be a massive point. That is. Mark is up the Toon, but the atmosphere is rocking there right now. And we do have a Forest fan. Welcome to the stream. You Red says, we'll just call you Toby. I don't know what the WL stands. Probably short for William, actually. But yeah, welcome to the stream. I hope you're not very happy at the end of the stream, but welcome to it anyway. Good morning, William Orford Brian. Watching from Colorado, USA. I just saw V's in the house also. Welcome, V. Gary's very optimistic. 6-1 Newcastle win. You heard it here first. Indeed. I've got 2 cans of Maltese beer left. They have to last me until the new supply arrives, says Jock, I should say. Callum Wilson first goal score. 72 odds. Got to be worth a small punt. Indeed, that is a good one. Here we go. Come on, the 2. David says 3-1 Newcastle. Love the flags. The atmosphere looks amazing. Indeed, it does. I'll say that. Bear with me a minute, folks. We'll get there. Don't worry about it. Things will be good. We will get there. Dilly says, I've heard they have 6 toes in Nottingham. Not at all, mate. It's a lovely city. The flags do look amazing, by the way, I've got to say. Lovely, 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 lovely flag display. We are 4 minutes from kickoff. How are the lads flag there, flying resplendently. Packed house at St James's Park. Always great to see. I have to excuse me looking that way because I'm looking up to my TV screen. Miggy score first, and Newcastle 3-1 is 115-1. Chris in the house. Thanks for doing this, Billy. Over $700 you have Sky TV here. Who have the rights and the commentators on there? Our planks. Who have you got? Oh, probably be Gary Birtles or someone. Hard game today says Prowler TV, 1 each. Why would you remove people for trying to help the fans out with the stream? Because you're not allowed to do it on YouTube, mate. Well, the War Flags have done it again, says Jana. It's a fantastic display. Teams are in the tunnel. Moyes says stadium looks fantastic. As does Vortex. Good morning from Massachusetts. So glad to see the boys back. However, lads, teams are now coming onto the pitch. Led out by the referee. I don't know who that is. Someone will tell me. Probably tell me itself in a bit. But yeah, the ground is full. The atmosphere looks amazing. Really looking forward to this. It does look good, says Billy. How was your watching? Views on Botman not starting. I think it's just a case of easing him in gently. Jesse Lingard's pointing to the scar. He's actually got Lingard on the back of his shirt, and not that stupid Jay Ling's nonsense. Clapping his fans, of course, you would only on 200k a week. Having the first game jitter, says Jules. we'll get them. It's a new dawn and it's a new day, and it's a new life at NUFC. Feeling good, straight across the Gallagher end. On the banner, looks great. So the team's on the screen at the moment, and we've already mentioned them. Both teams got that huge buzz. Our lads' first game this season for big promoted should make a cracking game. It should do, indeed. Someone has a huge BMX for sale in the crowd. They always do. I'd be like watching the early game between Liverpool and Fulham. It was a good game. Now waiting for my beloved Toon, Chris. Was a good game, indeed. It should be captain. He is indeed. I thought the away support had safe standing. No, the safe standings where the away fans used to stand, I think. I'm not certain. But it's in that neck of the ground. Wayne 13's got goosebumps. David Mitchell on 5 at Liverpool, waiting for the side him calls. Yeah, well, to be fair, I did say he'd score goals with service in the Premier League. And today was outstanding. He gave Matip and Van Dijk the actual run around, you know what I mean? It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for NFC and UFC, and we're feeling good. It's a great banner, that. Love it. It feels like the moment when the shark is approaching in Jaws. Indeed, it does. Just going to see who this referee. Lassalle's injured in a warm-up. Well, that's good news. Probably shot a hoof, is he? Or spread a plate or something like that. Sore fetlock. Come on 3-1 watching from the Netherlands with commentary from TTR. Fantastic. Welcome to the show. The ground looks absolutely amazing. The only thing I don't like is the Sports Direct signs have been replaced now with those bloody Castore emblems. I bet they would have arrived on time. And clearly they have. Nick Pope giving high fives to all his teammates. Everyone's fist pumping each other. They look up for it. It's going to be a great kind of spectacle. This, I'm really looking forward to it. You couldn't make it up. Haha. Best fans in the world, says Bath. Indeed, we are. No right back or left back on the bench, but we've got people that can play there, haven't we? So, Bergkamp will go to left back. I guess Murphy could play. Hope you don't mind joining the chat. So nervous, says Mini Cooper. Of course we don't. It's a pleasure to have you with us. The Sal's injured in the war. So we'll take the comments off. Before we do, any comments asking for mentioning streams will be deleted. Thanks. That's the 5th time I have to say it. So please no more asking. Here's Steve Cooper. Very promising manager. Did a great job for Forest last season and getting them promoted from a really bad position they were in. We'll put the ticker up and we're getting ready to kick off. We're about to go. You may be ahead of me. You may have already kicked off. But no spoilers in the chat because I do have the chat on. Huddle from both sides. Huddle from both sides. We're about to kick off, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully the stream's going good. Everyone's all ready for this now. Let's go for it. About to kick off. Joe Litton's gone to the centre circle to kick the ball back. He'll probably go to Bruno Guimaraes, who's standing on the edge of the centre circle. Newcastle attacking the Gallagate first half. So clearly Forest have won the toss. Decided to piss around and switch sides. Some sides do that. Don't see the reason why, really. We'll just have to battle them at the leads in second half. Everyone's taking the knee, which is supposedly not going to be done anymore, but as it's the first game of the season, I guess it is a special occasion. Referee blows and off we go. The season has started, folks. It's with Bruno Guimaraes out to Matty Target. He'll play it back to Dan Burn. Touch to Dan Burn, back to Fabian Schär, square, and down the bottom here for Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier plays a long ball looking for the run of Miggy. Miggy's holding off his player well, and the player's actually knocked it behind for an early corner to Newcastle United. 23 seconds on the clock, and it's a corner to Newcastle United. Niakate clearing it away from Miggy. Niakate has a bandage on his left wrist. Don't know what he's done there, but he has corner with him. He's going to be an in-swinger with his left foot. All the usual suspects are there. Big Dan Burns in there. Fabian Schär's in there. Schär's being marked by Worrell. It's gone short to Wilson. Back to Target. Ball to there. The shot comes in. Blocked by Worrell. Good block too. Shot from Fabian Schär. Bad header away from Niakate. It's with Target. Gone to the far post looking for some Maxman. Big Dan Burns trying to nod it over the head of Dean Henderson. But didn't go over his head. And Henderson can clear it. But good start to Newcastle United, putting the pressure on, and the high press is already on. Dean Henderson can't find an outlet, so he's bowled it 20 yards to left his right wing, and it's been taken down. It's with Bannon Johnson with a little flick inside. Dan Burn wasn't having any of it. He clears it for a throw into Nottingham Forest on their right, about 10 yards into the Forest half, let's say. Ball thrown inside for Joe Worrell. Back it goes here to, I don't know how the players are. Niakate's first touch was terrible there. Went back to Henderson. He's under real pressure on Miggy, and he clears it hurriedly straight out of the play into such great pressure for Newcastle United. Very promising start so far. Henderson looking very shaky there, and the press is really on. Throws taken. It's into St Maximan. He plays it back. He's fouled there by Colback. The ref plays advantage. Bruno Guimaraes, poor ball from him. It's good tap by the left back, Toffolo. Toffolo's legging it down the left-hand side here. Pressured by Willock. He turns back. And it's intercepted there by, I don't know who that is, but it looks like it could be, that's a foul anyway. And the referee doesn't give it. It's a ridiculous foul. The ref doesn't give it. That's disgraceful. Forest on the attack on the right-hand side. I'm not going to be able to name all the Forest players because they are kind of unknown Championship players, but we'll know Lingard and we'll know Johnson and a few others, of course. The ball's in the hands of Nick Pope, his first touch in the Premier League as a Newcastle United player. Rolls out to Burnham. He plays it to side with a nice pass. Inside for Joe Linton. Joe Linton's touch takes him back and back to Dan Burn. No pressure from Forest. They're obviously going to soak things up and try and hit us on the counter. Fabian Schär will play it long, looking for the run of Callum Wilson. It's a good run. He's got him behind Niakate, and Niakate's strength held him off there. Did well out Niakate, to be fair to him. Back to Henderson it goes. He clears it out wide now to the right back, who I ain't got a clue it is. He's fouled anyway. It's a free kick. 2 Forest. Maxman fouls him. 3 minutes 10 on the clock. Still Newcastle 0, Forest 0. Balls with the Forest goalkeeper Dean Henderson. Pressure comes on, and he clears it out to the left side to Toffolo. Toffolo takes it control, plays it inside, but loses it. Bruno back to Fabian Schär. Ball for Willock. Strengthened off the ball there by McKenna. Good ball, well cut out by Trippier. That's fantastic experience there. Well read and a nice ball out to target. If he hadn't done that, we were in trouble. So Maximan's got the ball here, but he's not going to keep it in. He does keep it in. He's up against Worrell. It's going to cut inside him, obviously. Now he's going to go on the outside of him, back inside again. Colbank's back to help him. Good ball back here. Could be a shot from distance. It's a shot from distance, deflected just wide of the post. Shot from Willock. Henderson had it covered at the far post, but it was deflected and just inside the near post off the deflection. 1-0 Sunderland at Bristol City. So what? Shot from Willock was deflected off the knee of the number 26 of Forest. But it's gone out for a corner, but it was that far from going in at the near post. Henderson had already committed to dive in for his far post. Trippier's going to take this corner from the same side as the last one. This time it'll obviously be an outswinger. All the big men are in there. This time it's taken in. It's heading, comes to the edge of the area, and it's well cleared away from Forest. Back it comes here to Target, who's looking for a pass. He plays it inside for Joe Lynch. That's a good little ball, that. Joe Lynch will come out wide for Trippier. Trippier has it. Trippier's going to take it. That's a great cross from Trippier, deflected though. And Joe Linton will win that header in the air. He does. Wilson does well to nod it back to Trippier, and he's volleyed it on the far side for St Maximan. Great ball. St Maximan takes it down instantly. Great bit of control. Bit of trickery with the ball up against number 7, wherever he may be. Foul there. It's free kick to Newcastle United. Level with the penalty area. Foul there by Nico Williams, wearing the number 7 shirt. Leeds 0, Wolves 1, and Luton 1, Burnley 0. Latest scores. Great bit of trick from St Maximan. Had Nico Williams on toast there. Williams didn't like it and pushed him over. So it's a free kick. It's a dangerous one. It's going to be an outswing. It's going to be Target. Level with the penalty area, left-hand side. Again, all the big men are in there. Dan Burn. Callum Wilson's looking like he's interested. Obviously, Fabian Schär's in there. Bruno's in there. Packed penalty area. Forest only have one man in the wall. Chipped in from Target. Here it comes towards Joe Linton. He nods it back against cross goal. Going to be out here for Miggy. He plays a lovely little ball. Little curling ball looking for the far post for Dan Burn. He gets there, but it's gone wide. A good press from Newcastle United. Dan Burn with the head at the far post. What was kind of really well marshalled. Goal down at Bournemouth 2, Bournemouth 1, Villa 0. So all the kind of sides that have come up are doing really well. Included in the Championship. Newcastle have the ball again now. It's with Kieran Trippier on the right-hand side. He plays it inside to Bruno. Back to Trippier. Little square pass. Probably going to go down the line here. No, he doesn't. He went for a chip inside and deflected. Comes to Callum Wilson, actually. Could be dangerous, this, but Jack Colback forced him out of it. Trippier does step in again. Fantastic anticipation from the Newcastle captain. Out wide it goes to Matt Target. 2 against 1, he goes straight out to Maximan to go against Nico Williams again. Will he cut inside or go outside? He cuts inside this time and outside, inside, goes outside in, does really well, ball squared in, out for a corner. Does really well there at ASM. Brilliant bit of play. He's got Nico Williams on toast on that far side, and another corner to Newcastle United on the left-hand side. ASM looks really dangerous, looks really up for it, folks, which is great news. So this time it looks like Kieran Trippier's going out to take the corner, so it's going to be an in-swinger. Newcastle United's fullbacks alternating between themselves on whichever side of the pitch the corner's on. Again, the big men are in there. Big Joe, Big Dan Burn, Fabian Schär, in-swinger, goes short for St Maximan, back to Trippier. A little trip comes in, too close to goal. Or there was a chance out the far post for Dan Burn. It went over Dean Henderson's head, but it was a very tight angle. Dan Burn couldn't nod it back on target. But a nice corner routine from Newcastle. Dan Burn was free, but again, he couldn't get it. It's a very tight angle. Again, press from Newcastle. Could be a foul there, not given. It is given. Free kick to Nottingham Forest, deep in their own half. Foul on the left back, Toffolo from Miguel on. And it'll be a free kick to Forest, and they can clear the lines finally. Again, can you stop asking for links and ways of watching the game? You can't watch it in this country unless you're in America or abroad, so you're not going to be able to watch it. Dean Henderson's come out to take the free kick. 8 minutes gone. in the game so far. Newcastle 0, Forest 0. Been mainly Newcastle, very sporadic attacking from Forest. That ball's going to go straight into the hands of Nick Pope. He's looking straight away for a long throw, and he does a great one out to Matty Target. Perfectly placed. Inside the ball goes Callum Wilson. Saints making a great run, and actually Saint with the ball. Well cuts out though by the right back, Nico Williams, and he actually comes forward and plays it out here to whoever. Robin Hood. Now it's with Jack Colback. Colback, square ball here. It's a terrible ball. Typical Jack Colback, straight out for throwing. Looks like Bristol City have equalised. Well done, Annie. It wasn't Colback with a terrible pass. It was some of the bloke that looks like him a little bit. But I don't know who that is. Now it's with Callum Wilson. That's a terrible pass from Callum Wilson, and Forest can come on the attack now. Wilson's trying to atone for his error and does so. Joe Willock has it, plays it out wide for Matty Target to come forward. Target looking for a pass out wide to ASM. He's squared up by Nico Williams, and Target's made the run forward, but Nico Williams manages to block it. Out it goes for a throw into Newcastle United in a quite attacking area, 2/3 into their half. Player from Bruno Gomares taking on 3 of them. And we'll get a corner for that, I believe. Indeed, we do. Great play from Bruno. Looked like it had gone out of play, to be fair. But Newcastle do get a corner. This ain't going to go to VAR, surely. Well, maybe it was a corner. And it is a corner, indeed. And this time, it's Trippier again. Trippier's gone out to take the corner. In it comes. It's an in-swing. That's a good one. Cleared away by Worrell. ASM gets his foot on it. Trippier will do well to keep that in, but ASM actually retrieves it himself. And he cuts inside. Halfway inside the Newcastle half, going backwards, and over he goes Trippier, who's still on that far side. Plays a ball with his right foot. So a nice little pass into Bruno. Little ball back. Terrible first touch. Newcastle will get a corner, I do believe. No, it's a goal kick. Newcastle's looked a bit shaky so far at the back for Forest, but they've got a goal kick. The Newcastle players are camped on the edge of the area, Maximan, Wilson and Miggy. So I don't think he's going to go short. Steve Cooper looking very concerned. Not the best looking of blokes. Looks a little bit like Shrek, but that's not for me to go. Anyway, Forest are through here. Trippier let the man go. The cross will come in, cuts out though, and Trippier can now make atone for his mistake. Good ball though. Bruno has it. Plays up forward for Callum Wilson. First time pass for Joe Linton. He's playing on this right side at the moment. Ball through the middle. That's a great little knock for St. Maximin. He's also come on the right hand side. He beats one player. Great ball out there. Biggie's in here. Biggie's on the right side. Can he get a cross in? A good one. It's a terrible cross. Straight to the foot of McKenna. McKenna, who I'll finally find out who that is. That's a nice little ball from him for Surridge and out wide for Nico Williams to come forward. But Miggy had a great chance to square it to a Newcastle player, unmarked in the box, failed to take it, played a terrible ball back, and Forest are now on the attack on their right-hand side. Back it goes to the defenders. McKenna has it now. Now it's Niakate, and out wide here for Toffolo. Toffolo back inside for Niakate. Could roll it in for McKenna, but instead he goes for good little ball. That Surridge is in. Tackle from Dan Burn did really well. And that's a foul on Bruno, not given. Blasted over the top. It is given, actually. But yeah, Forest looks a bit dangerous there. Surridge looks a bit of a handful, quite tall, and has got a nice rangy step to him. Cher played him on. He got inside Trippier, but did well to come across then, did Cher. Got a foot in. Bruno tied it up and he was fouled in the process. So it's a free kick to Newcastle on the edge of our own area. First time Forest have looked dangerous, actually. And this time there's a little bit of pressure on, so Nick Pope will go along looking for the head of Trippier, who's got there. Nice little nod back to Trippier. Great ball through. Miggy has it now. Terrible first touch, taken off him. Out strengthened by Niakate. This is the problem Miggy has in the Premier League. Closed down by Trippier. The clearance goes for a throw-in to Forest. Miggy got out physical there, to be fair. And as we've said before many a time on this channel, that's the problem that Miggy has in the Premier League when he comes up against physical centre-halves. Doesn't like it. Anyway, Forest have a throw-in deep in their own half. In the left-back position, Toffolo will take it. Down the line he goes, and Trippier gets head on that. He felt he was being pushed, but it's a throw into Forest. The referee waved away any protest from Kieran Trippier, and Forest have a throw still in their own half, still on the left-hand side. Toffolo will take it again. And he goes looking down the line again, but this time Trippier gets a nice foot in. Miggy loses the ball there, and in fact, that's a foul from Miggy. Referee's not giving it. And I think we have a throw into Newcastle United. There was a foul there, but the ref didn't give it. I thought it was a foul anyway. Jamal Lassalle sitting on the bench there, next to Paul Dummett, against his old club, of course, former ex-Forest player. Matt Target down the left wants a little nod down for St. Maxi, who's now got it in his path. It's a bad first touch from Maxi, but he picks it up again. Goes, that's a terrible foul. Should be a free kick, should be a yellow card also. For Joe Worrell, I believe, on that far side. And indeed, it is a yellow card for him. Header came from Target. First touch from Maxi went into Nico Williams. Yeah, it's a terrible foul, that. It's very cynical. Newcastle United have a free kick on the left-hand corner of the penalty area. Joe Linton's in the box now, and Worrell's got to go the rest of the game on a yellow card, which could be dangerous for him. 14 minutes and a half gone. 2 men over the ball. At the minute, it's Trippier. It's perfect side for him and Target. It might be a bit too wide for Trippier to have a go for goal, but he's looking. He's definitely looking. He wants the ball back 10 yards. The ball back 10 yards, I should say. Yeah, it's about 5 yards from the area and about a yard in from the corner. So it's maybe a bit wide for Trippier to get it into the goal, but he can definitely whip it in and hope for deflection. Here it comes. It's a whipper straight into the wall, who were never 10 yards away. Now it's with St. Maximan. Plays it out here to Miggy. Cross comes in. It's a terrible cross from Miggy, and it'll be a throw into Newcastle United. Didn't even get off the floor. Miggy not impressive so far, I have to say. Newcastle have a throw in way up in the Forest half, level with the penalty area on the right-hand side now. Lingard's marking Bruno Guimaraes. That could be a mismatch if ever I've seen one. I think we might have an injury. But I'm afraid throws now come in. It's back here with Fabian Schär. He might curve it in from distance. And another bad cross. But a terrible touch from the Forest player. And Newcastle come back now. Joe Linton with a terrible first. This is awful. Some of this shabby passing. Pushing the back there from Dan Burn. Forest will have a free kick halfway inside their own half. Actually, it was Matty Target with the push. But yeah, a real sloppy bit of play there from both sides, really. But generally, the first touch of Newcastle United, Joe Linton, Miggy, one or two others, was terrible for a good 30 seconds there. Forest on the attack now. It's with McKenna, and out here to Toffolo. And he goes down the line looking for number 15. Good cross in. And Dan Burn takes it with his left foot and slices it out for throw-in. Not a very good clearance, but at least it's out of play, and we can regroup from there. 16 minutes, 35 seconds gone so far. Mainly been Newcastle in charge, but it's still 0-0. All the way back here it goes to Niakate. He goes square for Worrell. Worrell's been pressured here, and he plays it out wide for the right back, Nico Williams. He cuts inside Saint, tries to beat on the outside. Saint does well to stick to him, and he comes back again to Worrell. This probably comes to Niakate. Actually goes back to Henderson on the edge of the area. A little bit of trick from Henderson to get away from Wilson. And Forest do well to play out of that with McKenna coming through the middle of the ball. Here it is Jack Colback, sorry. I'll keep saying Jack Cockblock, I don't know why. Great tackle there from Miggy on Toffolo. And in fact, Trippier has regained the ball. Joe Willock has it now. Looking for a pass for McMahon. It ain't a very good one at all. Very aimless. And it was cut out well by the Forest defenders. Terrible first touch from the Forest player there. Brandon Johnson. It's a throw to Newcastle just in this Forest half. Willock has it. Ball out for Target. Target should carry this in his first time he's gone to St. Maximan. He might play it to Target again. He does. Target's got the overlap. What's Target's cross like? Not very good. Good recovery from Nico Williams. And it'll be a corner for Newcastle United on the left-hand side. Matt Target will take this corner this time. As I say, they're alternating between the two fullbacks. This time it's probably be a Target with an outswinger. Bruno this time being marked by Jack Colback in the penalty area. There's a difference in quality if ever saw one. Anyhow, here comes the corner. Matt Targett step back, both arms raised. Could be a long one. Looking for the near post. Goes over the Forest player's head. And again, it's cleared. It will come all the way back here. Forest have left the man up front. Joe Linton's got it now. He plays it out wide here for Miggy, which is a good first touch from Miggy. Lovely little ball from Miggy. And a slide from Forest, and it'll be into the corner. This time on the other side of the pitch, Harry Toffolo did well to get back there, because if he hadn't been there, we'd have had a shot on goal for Bruno. Must be Newcastle's 7th or 8th corner. It's been in 18 minutes, and they've not been good so far. This time, Trippier's going to take an outswinger from the right-hand side with his right foot. Dan Burn signalling that he wants it near him, in his zone. Trippier steps to the ball, curves it in. Far post. We'll get to Dan Burn. He jumped a bit early, and it couldn't direct the header to where he wanted to go. Forest with a terrible clearance, and they're not clearing the lines at all, Forest. Look very nervous. Dan Burn has it. Inside for Joe Linton. Joe Linton skips inside Colback, does really well. Goes from distance, comes off Dean Henderson's chest, and is out, luckily, to a Forest player who can clear it. But that wasn't very good from Henderson. He should have took that in his hands. Trippier has it now. Trying to find a man he can go to. He comes inside. Bruno Guimaraes cuts inside his player, and will probably go for Miggy. Now it's Trippier again. Wide. Ball inside for Bruno. So it's Miggy, and Bruno's waiting for the ball past the edge of the area. Chipped across instead for Joe Willock. Chest from Joe Willock. Takes him back, Colback. Great skill. Oh, and the ball was gone straight out of play. Shot come cross, overhit. But great chest to get past Colback from Joe Willock. But the final ball there, whether it be a cross or a shot, wasn't good enough. Too high to be a cross, too high to be a shot. But actually, it wasn't Henderson's chest that came off. He parried it with his hands to a Forest player. So, bit of disrespect to give Henderson. I'll take that back, because that was good save, to be fair to him. He parried it into a safe area, and Forest were able to clear. The pressure's on here, but Forest seems to have escaped it. Toffolo has it, and he clears it down the pitch. Kieran Trippier has it on the halfway line. Looking for a pass. Always goes forward. Gives it to Miggy. Now Bruno Guimaraes got some space to move into. Out of St Maximin. Back to Bruno. Not the greatest ball back from St Maximin. Bruno has a scurry to get it. He does do, though. And Kieran Trippier has it. Pushing plays into the box. Wants a run from Callum Wilson. He gets it, but well cut out from Niakate. McKenna can get rid of it. Looks like a foul there from Joe Linton. Ref gives it. Free kick to Forest. Centre of the pitch. 10 yards from the Forest half. Still 0-0. Newcastle United on the whole, though, with the vast majority of the possession, vast majority of the territory, yet not really creating many chances, if any. 6:45 watching. Don't forget to hit the likes, folks, if you are watching and enjoying what you're seeing and all hearing. And also, super chats are available. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And memberships are also available by clicking the join button. We're back in the game now. Forest have it. Joe Linton steps in. Willett has it. Now back to Targett, who did terribly there, but Dan Burn steps in. Targett's touch there was horrendous. Forest are now on the attack with Nico Williams on the right-hand side for Forest. He comes back all the way to Worrell. Worrell will come square to Niakate. He does. He's been pressured and actually got away with murder there. That was very, very lucky. Ricochet from Miggy took it past Henderson, who was on his edge of the area. But unfortunately, it wasn't on target, and Henderson got back and dived on it. But Niakate looked very, very shaky. That could have gone anywhere. Could have literally ricocheted into the net. Great pressure from Miggy to get the ball there. Forest now hoof the ball down the pitch. Fabian Chen nods it. Again, the Forest player hoofs it again. Not very cultured. And once again, it's hoof from Newcastle this time down the pitch. Looking for Callum Wilson. Doesn't even bother to challenge against Newcastle in the air. It's a foul from the Forest player. Newcastle sewage fouled Bruno Guimaraes. And Newcastle have a free kick halfway inside our own half. Centre of it, but right of centre. Dan Burn now has it. Out wide for Targett, and down the line for Joe Linton. Joe Linton's with a bit of strength, shields. He does really well, and he's fouled actually. Referee gives the free kick. Should have played the advantage really. It was a foul there, and he gets a yellow card for that. Whoever he is, turn around to see your name. It's Nico Williams. Nico Williams is booked. That's the second badge foul. And this could open up an avenue for St Maximin to get at him now. He can't make a tackle. So St Maximin has already got the ball. Down the line he goes, looking for Joe Linton. Great from Joe Linton. No one in the box at the minute. Wilson is there, though. Should come here for Miggy. Oh, Miggy, you didn't anticipate it probably, but he's still got it in the penalty area. Off for Trippier, looking for the far post. Henderson claims it all day long. If Miggy had anticipated that, it was 1-0 to Newcastle, but he didn't and just didn't get the chance. Great throw out from Henderson, but well anticipated from Big Dan Burn. At the minute, it's with Miggy Almiron. Inside for a great turn from Willock and a bad foul there. And that should be a yellow card for Diakate. And I believe it is. Great little bit of skill from Joe Willock there to take him away from the centre half. Centre half brought him down. If only Miggy had been a yard further on, he'd have had a shot on goal. She would have scored. But the cross from Trippier, although looked cultured, was to nobody in particular. It's a free kick to Newcastle. I'm going to say it's 40 yards out, 30 yards out, let's say. Trippier over it. It's not shooting distance. He's gone for a little chip over the top. It would have worked. Oh, it was nearly an own goal. Henderson got down and pounced it just in time after Toffolo's nod back, which almost sneaked in the near post. Still 0-0, 24 minutes gone here, folks. Newcastle United dominant, really, but not creating many chances. The chances are starting to come, if I'm being fair. Henderson's taken ages to get rid of this ball. He still hasn't done it. He's had the ball in his hand for 20 seconds. Come on, ref, you've got to give him... Look at this, it's ridiculous. In the end, he hoops it down the pitch. A bit aimlessly. Dan Burn nods it onto the halfway line where a Forest player nods it back. Not a good header from Dan Burn. High feet for Joe Linton. Referee lets him get away with it. Joe Linton does really well there. Bruno Guimaraes, can he find the ball? Not really. Not really. It was a nice area to play the ball into. Miggy made a run, but then came away from it. Toffolo has it. Williams pressurising him. Ball down the line to no one in particular. Trippier has it. He just knocks it back to Nick Pope in the Newcastle penalty area. To Fabian Schär now. Schär will come out to Trippier. Indeed, he does. Trippier has lots of space. Just looking for a pass to pick out. Instead, he goes back to Fabian Schär on the edge of the Newcastle penalty area. No pressure from the Forest players. Back to Kieran Trippier. A little bit of pressure coming now. Back to Nick Pope it goes. And Nick Pope will probably go to Dan Burn on the far side of the penalty area. He does indeed. And now to Target. The little chip. Nice little chip too. Target comes forward. Being caught rapidly by Brian Johnson. Ball inside here for St. Maximan. Back to Bruno Guimaraes. Good possession, Newcastle. Lovely little touch there from Joe Willock. Joe Linton now has the ball. He played it down here for Bruno. Bruno will look for a pass. He does. He gives it to Miggy Almiron. First touch from Miggy takes him backwards a bit, but he's got space to move into now. Instead, he comes out wide here for Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier approaching the Newcastle, the Nottingham Forest penalty area, attacking the Gallagate end. Little 1-2 with Miggy, really well played. If he can get to that, he does get to that easily. Cuts inside. Miggy looks for a cross. Oh, it nearly came to Joe Linton! Off! Should have been a goal there. Or almost was a goal, but Newcastle can still pressurise. Bruno Guimaraes holds off a player, goes from distance, just wide. Great attacking play from Newcastle here, actually. We're very lucky there. Little deflection took it away in the box, but the chances are starting to come. Newcastle United are starting to be dominating, and this looks promising if you can maintain this kind of standard for the rest of the game. 26 minutes gone. Forest really under pressure now. The fans getting behind the team. The noise is amazing. 26 minutes, 41 seconds, in fact. Henderson's going to clear this long. You don't want to be messing around on the edge of their own area because the pressure's coming and they don't like it. Goal kick to Forest is taken long. Cleared well down the pitch. Fabian Schär wins the header. Joe Linton will try and go for this one. Doesn't get it. Callum Wilson does. Joe Linton does fantastic there. Joe Linton was fouled there, but the advantage has been played, and Miggy Almiron's actually lost the ball. Throw into Forest, which they take quickly to Sam Sturridge. Sam Sturridge is robbed by Fabian Schär, but they get the ball back. Little touch in there from Willock, and he's given a free kick for it. That's ridiculous. He's played the ball there. How can that be a free kick? We're going to see it again now. That's never a free kick in the Sundays. Willock kicks the ball. Jack Colback falls over. The ref gives a free kick. It's about 10 yards into the Newcastle half on the left-hand side. Colback standing over it. He'll be looking to put the ball into the penalty area. The big men first on the Forest, big men have been able to go forward. Diakate's there. Worrell's there. Newcastle playing a very high line at the minute. gone to the far side, which Target does well to get the ball. Now St Maximin has it against Nico Williams. Kicks inside Nico Williams, and then kicks inside. Goes up. Oh, that was nearly a great ball for St Maximin. Well cut out from the Forest defender, Toffolo. Otherwise, Wilson was in. Terrible pass from Trippier. Straight to the Forest left back. It's actually Brennan Johnson. No, it's not. Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard, first time he touched the ball. Coming forward, square balls into Jack Colback. Jack Colback from distance, deflected, out wide here. Toffolo has it on the left-hand side, squared up from Trippier. Back to number 8, Colback. Cross comes in, Pope's coming to get it, and he does get it eventually after a slight miss fumble. But he holds it down, and it's still 0-0. And the ball's with Kieran Trippier on the side. He played it forward to Joe Willock. Joe Willock's played 1 or 2 lovely touches in his first half. Not quite full enough after that, though. Joe Willock looking for a pass. He's at Trippier. Back to Fabian Schär. Ball into the middle of the park to Joe Linton. He'll go out wide to Target, and Target can push down that left side. He's got space to move into. Plays in behind Nico Williams. St Maximin's got it. Will he go inside or outside? Williams don't know. St Maximin gets it back after the deflection. Back to Bruno. Joe Linton, sorry. Now it's with Bruno. Bruno's got no width on the right-hand side. St Maximin on the left. Almiron has it. Trippier's overlapping. Instead, Almiron kicks inside. It's a bit static here for Newcastle. No real space to move into. Bruno has it. Joe Linton. Now Joe Willock. Again, there's no space to move into. Good ball for Miggy. Miggy's going to take his man on. Terrible touch again from Miggy. We'll get a corner out of it. Should have been so much more. Problems inside for Newcastle, but Miggy's not quite getting the run of the ball in the penalty area. It's a throw-in, actually. He didn't go for corner. Kieran Trippier will take this. Level with the Forest penalty area. Not a lot of movement so far. Miggy makes a little jog forward. Anyone running in behind him? Not at the moment. Willock does now. And it goes to Willock. Back to Trippier. Now it's with Miggy running all the way back to his own half, near enough. And it does go to his own half. Fabian Schär has it. This was a throw-in level with the Forest penalty area, and at the moment, Nick Pope has the ball. Miggy was forced back. Long clearance from Pope, looking for St Maximin. Not really anywhere near him, to be fair. Well stepped in from Bruno. Now Joe Linton. Now Bruno again. Pressure from McKenna. Back to the target. Joe Linton has been pressured by Jesse Lingard. He fouls him. Referee lets him get away with it. No, he doesn't. Quick free kick from Joe Linton. Now it's Bruno. Not a lot of movement for Bruno. Yes, again, it's very static, but he's got Joe Linton to his left, and he takes Joe Linton, gives Joe Linton. Joe Linton's pressing origin, cuts inside. Joe Linton's going to pass 3. Oh no, can't finish. What a great move from Joe Linton. Great run. The finish was the only thing that lacked. Put it about a yard wide on the left-hand side. Oh, it was a great bit of play from Joe Linton. He went past 2 or 3 players. Very reminiscent of the Maradona goal years ago. Past 1, past 2, cuts inside, and the angle, the defender did well to dive across him, but the angle just beat the left post by maybe a yard, but it's a great effort from Joe Linton. Great run. The pressure's on again from Newcastle. We've won the ball deep in the half. Terrible first touch from Miggy again. Now it's with Bruno. Joe Linton looking from distance. Straight in the arms of Henderson. Forest don't seem to know how to get out of their own half when we pressurise them. This time there's no pressure, and Forest can come away with Paul. I think it's Paul McKenna. He's hypnotising the Newcastle midfield at the minute. Great sliding from Joe Linton, wins the ball back. Now it's with Joe Willock. Bruno Guimaraes. Wide now to Alison Maximin. He can have a go at Nico Williams. Gone past Williams easily. Now he's against McKenna. Both are yellow cards. Trying to look for a pass. Does it come back to him? No, it doesn't. Forest can clear. The Newcastle players have got their arms up for handball. I don't think we're going to get that. Let's VAR look at it. Now it's Fabian Schär. Forest are all over the place. We should be taking advantage of this at the moment. They've really got no idea how to deal with this. Matt Target, wide left. St Maximin's inside him. 2 players marking up this time for the first time. Now Joe Linton. Very naive to leave him one-on-one, St Maximin with Nico Williams. He's on a yellow card now. They're going to have to double him up every time now. Deflected ball there from Trippier wasn't great. And Forest can come away with it, and they do, in fact. Jesse Lingard down the line. And it'll be a throw-in to Nottingham Forest. Oh, I've really had a look at that. My word. No, they're not. Top of the arm from Newcastle. Newcastle win the ball back. Joe Willock. Ball from Target down the line, looking for St Maximin. Doesn't quite have the pace to get there before clearance is made from Joe Worrell. But St Maximin is definitely the outlet. He's definitely the threat Forest are living scared of him, really scared of him. And of all the chances we've created, none have fallen to the striker yet, Callum Wilson. If one of them had fallen to him, we'd surely be leading this game now. It's been a dominant performance so far from Newcastle. Some great football's been on show, but yet we've got no goals to show for it. Wide ball there's going to be cut out by Nico Williams. Johnson couldn't get it. Dan Burn plays it all the way back to Nick Pope on the edge of the area. In fact, he's 10, 15 yards out of the penalty area. It's going to go long, I think. He does go long. Might slice that a little bit. Free kick to Forest for a push. Might have been offside. But a push from Callum Wilson. But that was a bit aimless from Nick Pope. The long ball surely isn't the way to go. In these circumstances, we're pressurising them all over the pitch. They're not liking any of it. We should be 1 or 2 up, really. Joe Linton has it. He's been outstanding this first half. Takes his time. Gives it Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno's approaching Colback. But now it's with St Maximin. He is one-on-one this time. Doesn't go one-on-one. He doesn't take him on. He's got back to him, though. Square for Bruno. This move doesn't seem to be going anywhere at the minute. Target has it on the left-hand side. Bit of square play. Now St Maximin has it one-on-one. Colback's gone back to help him. In fact, cross comes in. There's no one in the middle. Back hit will come to St Maximin. It's not St Maximin. It's Willock. Willock might come back to St Maximin again. He goes for a cross inside. Looking for Wilton! Ooh, a bit more power. It's 1-0. Didn't quite like the power. Had the great direction, but Nicky Henderson, he's a racehorse trainer. Dean Henderson managed to get over and claim the ball before it went in the net. But yeah, in the end, it was a nice move from Newcastle. That's Callum Wilson's first chance. Header on target. Just didn't have the power, or the ball didn't have enough speed on it for him to just manipulate the power. But it was a great header. Pulled off his defender fantastically, but not the power to beat Dean Henderson. And it's still 0-0. But yeah, another chance for Newcastle United. This time it goes to Callum Wilson. Good throw in from Forest, but didn't work. Alert was Fabian Schär. Joe Linton goes for a ball over the top. That's a great one too. Oh, didn't fall for St Maximin, unfortunately. The pressure's on there from Newcastle. Can Forest get rid of it this time? No, they can't, because Toffolo's been caught by Miggy Almiron. And it's a throw into Newcastle, level of the penalty area. Great pressure from Almiron. Ball goes into Joe Linton. Can he turn? He can. Plays a ball inside. Joe would have got a foot in when he didn't need to. Now it's with Bruno Guimaraes. A little bit of skill to take away from McKenna. Plays it wide here from Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier looking for a pass or a cross. Not getting either at the minute. No movement for him. Back inside it goes. Terrible switch from Bruno. And McKenna takes it off him. Clearance down the line from Forest. Fabian Schär's there. Bit casual from Kieran Trippier, and Forest can come away with it. Colback back to Henderson. He'll get some pressure here, no doubt about it. Wilson's on him. Does well to get away from Wilson. Very cool play from the goalkeeper. Clears it away. Great header from Byrne. That target. Now to Bruno. Play it back to target. He does. Target's got a great... Oof. Just cuts out from Williams. Did really well. The ball's over the top looking for Brandon Johnson. Brandon Johnson's got the run here on Dan Byrne. Level of the penalty area. Cuts inside. Dan Byrne gets a foot. He does really well. Now it's with Bruno. And now it's with Joe Linton. Joe Linton looking for a long ball for St Maximin. It's a great knock. Looks like a great knock. Indeed, it is. Great ball. 40-yard pass. Well, and St Maximin is going at Wobble. Wobble ain't got the pace to keep it with St Maximin. St Maximin from distance. Straight into the arms of Dean Henderson. But fantastic play from ASM once again. He's been superb this first half. Him and Joe Linton been the standout players for Newcastle United so far. Forest are now coming forward. Nico Williams has it. Just approaching. Well, it's just in fact gone into our half on the right-hand side. Out to Johnson, back to McKenna, and Nico Williams has to come backwards because the pressure's on. No pressure on Joe Wobble. St Maximin's not going to pressurise him, and Wobble plays it back to Dean Henderson on the edge of the Forest penalty area. It's 37 minutes gone, folks. Still 0-0, but it's been a dominant performance. Everything but goals. Newcastle so far. Played some great stuff. Throw into Forest off the head of Kieran Trippier on the halfway line on their left. Been some great football being played from Newcastle this half. Been some last-ditch defending from Forest too. And it's had to be at times. Anyhow, Forest have the ball at the moment. Colback play the ball down the line. Fabian Schär nods out for throwing. Throne's taken from Toffolo to Lingard. Lingard plays it into Colback. Lingard's approaches penalty area, looks for a cross at the top far post. Johnson gets there, but it's straight to the arms of Pope, who bowls it out first time. St. Maximan, who tries to get past McKenna, but he's robbed, and we could be in trouble here. McKenna, Joe Linton's trying to get past him. He's gone past Joe Linton. Little ball looking in for Lingard. Great block from Fabian Schär. And a shot on the volley, it was just wide from Bunning Johnson, but danger there. Jesse Lingard was through. Nico Williams actually had the follow-up shot. But the rollout to St. Maximan didn't work. It was slightly ahead of him. McKenna took it off. He went past one. Nice little ball inside for Jesse Lingard. Fantastic bit of defending for Fabian Schär. Covered the run. Slid and blocked it superbly. Forest's first real attempts of a goal on target, but not fantastic defending from Schär. Absolutely fantastic. Clearance is made by Nick Pope now. 39 minutes on the clock. Pushing the back surely there. Ball's gone inside. There's too many Forest defenders back for Callum Wilson to get in on goal. And now it's with Forest. They can come away again. It's with Joe Worrell to Nico Williams. And Max is not as quick getting back. Joe Linton's getting back. And now it'll come to Bruno. Bruno doesn't win the ball either. Maxi looks to be limping a little bit. I've got to say, he's slowed down a very awful lot past a couple of minutes. Kieran Trippier cuts that ball out, looking for the run on this far side. But great little ball through to Bruno too. Bruno has it to Joe Linton. Might go to target. He goes straight to Maximan. So Maximan approaching Nico Williams. Springing his step again. Now he's got the ball at his feet. He goes back to Bruno. Bruno's first trick takes him away from Jesse Lingard. And again from Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard trying to get the ball off him. Not having it. Back to Fabian Schär, centre circle, just inside our half. Ball for Joe Linton. He's been pressured. Back to Fabian Schär. Down the bottom here for Kieran Trippier on the halfway line. Now going into the Forest half. Being approached by, looks like Colback. Now it's Fabian Schär again. Not a lot of movement from Newcastle. Seems to have slowed down a little bit in the past couple of minutes, I have to say. Bruno back to Schär. Joe will look wide for Trippier. The space may have been created. Now the ball's over the top for Miggy. Miggy will get there. Nice first touch. Well done from Toffolo to get back to him. Now Joe Willock has it. Will he leave for Miggy? No, he doesn't. He plays it inside for Bruno Guimaraes. Great little ball from Guimaraes. Ball come across, and it's gone out for a corner. If he'd pulled that back further, it was 1-0 to Newcastle for Miggy, but a great run from him. But he just couldn't get any angle on the cutback, and it went straight off Henderson for a ball from Guimaraes to split the defence. Great run from Miggy. Great run. Just couldn't get. In fact, it hit a Forest defender and then off Henderson's chest for a corner. But fantastic run from Miggy. Just couldn't get any angle on the cutback. Corner to Newcastle on the right-hand side. But the ball from Bruno was absolutely sublime inside the defenders there. But Miggy's okay. He's got back up. Walking a bit limpishly, sheepishly, gingerly, whatever the word is. But he's back in the penalty area now. Trippier's going to take this one. Physio is not required. We will play on. 41.5 minutes on the clock. Still 0-0. As I keep saying, Newcastle have been very dominant in this game so far. The only thing that's missing is a goal. Trippier will take this corner. It's going to be an outswinger. Towards the penalty spot. A good header from Newcastle away from Joe Linton. Miggy hoops it back this side looking for Trippier. Trippier's first touch is horrendous. And in fact, loses the ball. It's going to be a throw into Newcastle. Unless he's given a free kick to Forest, which he may well have done for the foul by Trippier. Tried to take it down and he shinned it as he tried to take it down. No, he hasn't given a free kick. It's a throw into Newcastle. Trippier will take it. Joe Willock's free if he wants to give it to Joe Willock, but he doesn't give it to Joe Willock. Bruno was free for a second. He just gives it to Bruno. Back to Trippier. Trippier's pressurised and now it's with Miggy. He's been held off. That's a free kick, surely. Not given by the referee. Good foot in there from Joe Willock to get it back to Fabian Schär. Back to Nick Pope it goes. Safety first from Newcastle. Pope chips it to the far side looking for target, who nods it back to Dan Burn, and finally a bit of space has been created. But the pressure is on from Forest. Heavy pressure here. We can't be losing it here. Bruno has it. Colback at his back. Fouls him. Ridiculous foul from Colback because they had us under pressure there. But when we know that's Jack Colback, that's about the only thing he's good at is fouling and getting yellow cards. Comment there from Scott about the corners. I agree. We must have had 12 corners this first half, and not one of them have been any good. And it's kind of worrying that the fullbacks are the only people in the club that can take corners. That's a terrible pass from Share, straight out for throwing on the halfway line to Forest. He was looking for Matt Target, who was about 20 yards ahead of him. Nico Williams will take this throw in for Forest. .43 minutes on the clock. Ball with Dean Henderson. There's going to be a bit of pressure on him this time. And Callum Wilson, he gets it away hurriedly. Great chest down from Trippier. Gives it to Bruno. Middle of the centre circle. Looking for a pass. Can't see one at the minute. So he carries it a bit further. Tries to go inside. It's a great ball for Miggy. First time cross. Callum Wilson should have been near post there. Said it about Chris a million times. Callum Wilson should have been near post there. Had he done so, it would have been 1-0 to Newcastle. Instead, he was in the middle of the park, the middle of the penalty area. And now Newcastle still have the ball. Ball inside from Trippier's awful pass from Trippier. Straight to a Forest defender. And it's Fabian Schär as well to get that. It's a throw into Forest. Nice physical tussle with Schär and Sam Surridge there. And Schär won, but got it out for throwing. But great ball from Bruno inside the left back again. A great cross from Almiron. And he was entitled to expect Callum Wilson to go near post there. He didn't do so. And Niakate got the ball away. 44 minutes on the clock, still 0-0. Another good attacking area there for Newcastle. But at the moment, Forest have it in our half. Harry Toffolo down the line looking for Surridge. Nodded away from Fabian Schär. And that'll be another throw in to Nottingham Forest. Throw to them. Almost 45 minutes on the clock. In fact, it will be 45 minutes and 4 seconds or so. We'll see how long we've got for injury time. Surridge well to keep that in fact. Joe Linton nods it. Great little head of a target. First time it down the pitch to no one in particular. Or is it? Niakate gets ahead on it. Worrell's got it, but it's being chased by Wilson, and Worrell has to hurriedly kick it away. We have 2 minutes of added time. Pope bowls it out to Matt Target. Can we create another chance before half time? Be a great time to score now. So Maximan has it wide on the left hand side. Cuts inside, looking for a pass. Gives it to Bruno. Bruno wide here for Kieran Trippier. Running inside from Almiron. Gives get there too. Just well. We'll go back to Trippier. He has no other option. He doesn't. He tries to cut inside, and the ball hit Cole back, and then we ricocheted off Miggy and went for a throw into Forest. Should have came back really. Steve Cooper's got a bit of the Richard Attenborough look about him, I think. For all the oldies in the chat, Joe Linton has it. He doesn't have it. Bruno has it. He doesn't have it. Lingard has it. He does have it. No, he doesn't. Bit scrappy. Joe Linton ties it all up with a fantastic bit of skill, and we'll quickly look across for Sam Maximan. I imagine there he goes. So Maximan's now up against Nico Williams on a yellow card. Remember, can he get past him? That's the question. Comes inside here. Joe Willock has it. About 30 yards out. Ball to Almiron, overlapping Trippier. Cross comes in. Henderson does well to anticipate and falls on it for a good bit of goalkeeping and balls in his arm. But Trippier should have done better there. But good overlap from Trippier. Great ball from Miggy to let him in. It was a good cross. But again, we need a striker to go near post. Why don't we have a centre forward that goes near post? Henderson time wasted again. He's had this ball for at least 30 seconds, kicks it out, 2 minutes of virtually up. Danburn nods it for that target. I think the referee's going to play for half time any second. Down the line it goes. And indeed, there is the half time whistle. Half time, it's Newcastle 0, Nottingham Forest 0. Very good first half for Newcastle United. The only thing missing really is goals. Forest ain't been great. But we'll take a break for 5 minutes. Toilet break, what have you. What we'll do is we'll send the merch video out. If I'm not back when I get back, we'll take some comments when I do get back, but a bit of a toilet break and a couple of minutes to recuperate. But until then, we'll play the merch video. And if you like anything on it, give it a look.
So let's get down to business. I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like it now. I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me how you like it.
let's get down to business. Yeah.
Welcome back. Fed and watered, feel great. Great first half there, really, for Newcastle United. Should be two or three up, really. Although we haven't created any real clear-cut chances, but some of the chances we have created, just been the final ball or the final touch, has been lacking. Callum Wilson's refusal to a near post has irritated me a little tiny bit. But Sir Maxman's been great. Joe Linton's been great. Joe Linton's been the best player on the pitch by a country mile. But we'll take some comments. Where should we start from? Let's start from Gunnerin. Forest midfield with Ginger Pirlo is non-existent. Love to see it. Yeah, they've been under the back foot all of the whole game, really. Tyson says frustrating first half, lacking creative midfield player and right wing threat. Well said, we were playing well, says Scott. How we ain't winning this is beyond me. I kind of agree with you. Great defensive midfield, only ASM has been good in attack. Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. Stu says, away the lads, burst the net in the second half. Vortex has got to say, I'm a fan of Pope's throwouts, fast and quite accurate, gets play moving quick. Yeah, so that's something new, isn't it? That's something that we haven't had before with Dubravka. He likes to take his time, Dubravka, but it's Pope's straight on the front foot, and it's something that's going to give us a bit of advantage this year, I think. Apocalyptic Workshop really should be winning this. They are very poor. I kind of agree with that. Yeah. Too many corners and win on bench. Wilson. Yeah, he ain't been great, Wilson, I'll say. V says, yeah, very surprised we're not at least two up. I kind of agree with that. David, absolutely brilliant. Comes to believe very well done. Cheers, mate. Been all over from says V. We have been. Son of Chelsea, quick half time. Yeah, I've had a quick visit to the little boys' room and then got myself another can, and we're going to be great. But as I say before the show started, if you like what you're seeing, hit that thumbs up button. It doesn't cost anything. And if you're new to the channel, whether you're a Nottingham Forest fan or a new Newcastle United fan that's new to the Toon review, hit the subscribe button. Again, it's free. But if you love us that much, and would like to contribute, membership button's there. If you hit the join button, it'll take you through to a page where you can join us as members, become part of the huge Toon Review family, which we are very fast approaching 13,000 subscribers, which is fantastic. We really are moving very quickly. And also, Super Chat is available by hitting the $1, and you can donate whatever you want to the channel. Help keep us getting things better. We can improve stuff. But yeah, that's great if you do. We're very grateful for all of you for being with us in the first place. If you'd like to donate, that's the way to do it. Play well, just need to second down to the game is there to take it to the metal. Moen, I agree. Andrew says, 7 in the second half, that'll do. Pope's been impressive, says Scott. He has, hasn't he? His distribution's great. Goodwin says, more decisive second half now, please, lads. Come on, Wilson, look away a chance or two. Yeah, because if you've got one that's clear cut, I mean, the header was slightly falling back. He got it on target. I mean, yeah, it was kind of loopy, wasn't it? Jules, please keep comment respectful about Billy. Sterling effort in his own time to bring us his show. I haven't noticed any comments there. Derogatory, Jules. Super Kai, come on, you Reds. Well, thanks for being with us, Super Kai. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. I'd say you're very fortunate to be level, but it's great to see Forest in the Premiership after 23 years. They're a side that should be put in the Premiership, really. Twice European champions, and I can remember them days. I can remember actually being there when Forest clinched the title. So at Highfield Road. So yeah, welcome to the channel, Kai. Hope you're enjoying what you're listening to. And this far you will be, as it's 0-0, and you'll be happy with that, surely. Majestic Pillar said it should be like 3-0. It should be, really. A couple of goals at least. We need goals. Bring Wood on. Which end are you talking, Chris? He says, get one of Bruno's early in the second half smashes. Yeah, that'd be good. Always one classic comment. I haven't seen it, mate. I'll be told afterwards, no doubt. Anthony Mitchell, you Reds. Yeah, great to have you with us, Andrew. Excellent commentary, Billy, but I think your mic could be a bit louder, more bass. I don't really mind. I'm sure you appreciate feedback. I do. Tell you what I'll do. I'll get it a bit closer to me, and maybe that'll be a bit better. There you go. What about that? That'll be a bit louder. Stu says half-time, 0-0 half-time. How out? You Reds, the Super Guy. Ollie G, 107. Come on, Nottingham, you can do this. Near Carty has Wilson in his back pocket. Near Carty, I think he's shaky. Actually, really shaky. But from a defensive point of view against Wilson, I'll see where you're coming from. Wilson hasn't got free even. Well, a couple of times he has. The header he should have scored. Maybe should have come near post for one of the chances late on in the second half. But I think near Carty looks really dodgy. I've got to be honest. But he's going into it as the game's gone on, to be fair. Andrew's laughing at Stu's comment. Who's only been bring the plank on and leave near post. Well, he won't stand near post. He is a post. Jackson's after a bad injury. Maybe Wilson still needs more game time to get his sharpness back. Newcastle 2-0 says Carlos. Piff out, how out, says Rigmarola. Stu's only joking. Ken says, how the hell we're not in front is baffling. However, I still think 2-0. They have quite a few yellows. They are going to finish with 11 players. We need to get the ball to Maxwell more and let him go at Williams. And if he gets past Williams and Williams doesn't bring him down, he's got Wall to get past. He's also on the yellow card. So, yeah, I think we could do it. Watch Wood survive in a later game and score. Well, I hope he does. I know it's in pre-season. Wilson's movement just doesn't seem right to me. No, Nottingham 1-0, says Ollie G. Sack the ball, says David. Need a striker. We definitely need another striker, another option. Supercar says Nottingham Forest Football Club 1-0, good end. Not enough in the box when we put balls in. I agree with that, yeah. We are very lucky in numbers in the box, especially if they've got three centre halves. It's like, you've got to pick up a virtually perfect pass to get past three centre halves. Forest will come for a point, it's blatantly obvious. And they'll be happy with one, no doubt. Then on corners, putting Byrne and Wilson together would be harder for Newcastle to take Wilson out then. The corners have been pretty bad, I've got to say. It's quite disconcerting to me that the only people in this club that can take corners are fullbacks. And they've been swapping and alternating, so we have in-swingers and out-swingers from both sides. Not one of them has been any good. To be fair, they've been well defended, but Yeah, we need better deliveries, I think, in corners, as well as better movement in the box. They've had their chances. Stu, please knows on about Chris Wood, no doubt. Bruno's through balls are just, wow, indeed they are. 2 or 3 of them were absolutely sublime. Harry Toffolo doesn't know if it's New Year or New York, does he, half the time? But against Arsenal, he was sharp, so probably just being lazy. Well, it's 1 against 3, isn't it? That's probably why. He's probably a little bit frustrated it's 1 against 3 and there's no one getting to support him. Really, Joe Willock should be getting up and helping him, but doesn't seem to do so far. Yeah, Joe Willock's made 1 or 2 nice touches, but he hasn't really imposed himself on the game, has he? We need to see a bit more from Joe Willock, I think, second half. Hi, Ryan says, Rachel, I don't know what but you're not means. He's obviously saying, but you're not winning. Yeah, we're not at the moment. All right, Benny says, Mark, hi, Mark. Hey, mate. Is Wilson looking fit or injured? I think he's cutting a frustrated figure, to be fair, against 3 centre-halves. Shall I set a date for protest as we roll up? Things ain't that bad. Wagner Bellows in the chat. ASM and Almiron are having a good game. More so ASM, I think. Almiron's final touch, he's got better as half's gone on, granted. But sometimes his final touch just leaves a little bit to be desired. But granted, he's improved as it's gone on. And Toffolo doesn't know, as I say, whether it's New Year or New York at the minute. Bruno, best player on the pitch. Certainly one of them. Joe Linton, St Maximan, certainly Newcastle's 3 best players. Hey, Ryan. Get Tim over an ASAP. Yeah, a striker with pace would be an absolute godsend in that side at the moment, with those 3 balls from Bruno coming in. Barbara says a dominant first half, and it means nothing if you don't score. Just shows how badly we need a top-class striker. Indeed, it does indeed. Joe Linton and Bruno the best in the first half, in my opinion. I kind of agree with that. That's Portuguese. Going to guess it says, what's the score? 0-0. Down the bottom there. I don't know. Hi, Monsters Ryan. Would love to see Anderson come on. Yeah, he'd be something different, wouldn't he? Wilson looks off the plate. He does. Bruno ahead for small margin, maybe. Get Mitro, please. Well, if they're not going to pay, 35 million for so-and-so, they're not going to pay for Mitro. They'd want 35, 40 million at least for him. Jordan says, Cockblock and Adam Johnson midfield, is it, Billy? Certainly Jack Cottonblock's playing it. Hey, Ryan now says, Charles Riggle. Please, you might be a bit louder. There you go. I've moved it closer and I've turned it up a little tiny bit too. Lots of saying hello to each other again. Yeah, 0-0. It's at the bottom of the screen. There you go. Look. There you go. Right along there. Look. Can we get the older style font Newcastle United on the East Stand instead of the Sports Direct one? Howdy, guys and girls. Checking on everyone's sanity at half time. We're all okay. We're quite pleased with the first half. Just the end product's not quite there yet, is it? Miggy Joe Linton should have scored. We need to score goals when we get opportunities. We push the top 10. Missed opportunities can cost you games. I tend to agree with that, Glenn. You're right. It's painful to not have an offensive option for situations like that. We need to graduate to a more complete squad. We can't trust Word. Agreed. 1-0. No, it's 0-0. That bottom of the screen, look. There it goes. 0-0, yeah. Good first half performance, just lacking a bit of quality in the final third. Maybe even just final 8th, really. If only we get a half a left foot, right foot, left foot. Wilson looks slow today, doesn't have his usual sharpness. Players are coming back onto the pitch, by the way. That was a 7-0 first half. It never was, Billy, indeed. Joe Linton is immense, man, isn't he? He is. He's been superb. Almiron, ASM, Bruno, and Big Joe are playing well. Says Vash, I can't say it. I still cannot believe how we convinced Bruno to sign for us. Yeah, it's a great signing. Anyway, the players are out. They're on the centre circle. We're going to kick off. Time to get the Spectacules back on. Scratch the Testacules. Put on Spectacules. And we're about to take the second half in. Forest are attacking the Gallagher. Jesse Lingard's going to take the centre circle. Quick puff on the old puffer. And off we go. Bunning Johnson tried to do a bit of a sly one now. They went forward with the centre circle kickoff, the restart, and didn't work. It's back with Dean Henderson. Ball at his feet, pressured by Callum Wilson. Long clearance. Dan Burn gets there. Header ain't particularly great. Nico Williams has it. Dan Burn cuts it out. Ball for Joe Linton. Little ball back for St Maximan. Joe Linton has it again. Lovely ball inside for St Maximan. There was a free kick there to Newcastle for the foul on Joe Linton from Joe Worrell. And of course, already been booked. Halfway line, free kick will be taken by Matt Target. Wide on the left. Dan Burn's gone forward, so it's going to be a long pump into the box for the look of it, and maybe feed off the scraps that Dan Burn can create. We shall see. High line from Forest. Newcastle will try and get past that. The ball's gone towards Wilson, gone over Wilson. Burn will get this wide on the right-hand side. 2 minutes back. Skill gets past one, and he knocks it out for throw-in. What? It's not. It can't be a goal kick. It's gone off a throw-in, you knob. It's not offside. It must be offside. Strange decision by the linesman there. I think he's give offside. Or he's give a goal kick for something that went out for throwing. I don't know. We'll soon see. Eddie Howe's there on the sidelines with Jason Tyndall. Both looking pensive. They must be happy with the first half performance, just not the end result. And Richard Attenborough's down here. There's a cross between Richard Attenborough and Shrek, Stephen Cooper. And yeah, it was offside. Little nod back from Dan Burn. Matt Target has it, pressured by Brennan Johnson. Down the line it goes to Joe Linton. A bit of strength to hold off the number 16 McKenna. Back to Burn, a lovely little ball across for Cher. Cher's gone down the middle looking for Wilson. First it's great from Wilson, but he does control it. Wide here for Matt Target. Matt Target approaches, ball to Joe Linton. Got good control from Joe Linton, good strength from Joe Linton. Still has it, Joe Linton. Going to go wide, but a terrible ball from Joe Linton. Even though he's being fouled all over the place, the ref played on. Forest can come on the counter now on the left-hand side of Sam Surridge. Approaches the penalty area, cuts inside. Little back flick for Toffolo. Toffolo crosses it in, cuts out on Cher. Trippier plays it for Joe Willock. Joe Willock can come forward. He's attacking the centre half. He's gone past him with ease. Great pace from Willock. Being fouled. Can we have the free kick, ref? Oh, you're having a laugh, ref. Being pulled left, right and centre. Willock managed to go further on. It's Colbach, in fact. Got his arm. Got his shirt. Got his arm again. It's a free kick all day long. Lineman's next to him. Flanks for the throw-in. Referee doesn't blow up. The ginger prick gets away with it. Cock block. Cleared from Newcastle anyway. Niakate nods it off Wilson's head. It's gone for a throw-in to Newcastle United deep in the Forest half, maybe 10 yards from the penalty area. Will be Kieran Trippier that will take the throw-in. He wants some movement. Hopefully we were a bit refreshed after we were looking a bit tired at the end of the first half. Trippier look, down the line he goes, looking for the ball inside for Almiron. Niakate comes across and nods it away, does well. Cleared by Toffolo. Down the pitch now, looking for Brennan Johnson. Matty Target covers it. He's got Dan Burn down the bottom if he wants him. Instead he goes out for Trippier. Back to Nick Pope. We'll come to Dan Burn now down the bottom here, and he's got a bit of space. Brennan Johnson puts a bit of pressure on. Back inside it goes. Fabian Cher. Just meandering forward, really. Trippier has it. Ball forward. A nice little ball for Bruno Guimaraes, and he can win with pace through the centre circle. Little square ball here for Joe Linton to wide on this left-hand side. Joe Linton plays inside. Nice ball too. Guimaraes. Now St Maximan is in the middle at the minute. Probably go out wide here. No, he gives it to St Maximan to Willock. Willock will look for Almiron or Trippier. Gives it Trippier. Trippier has it. Got the in front of him. Joe Willock's to the right of him. Not really making any move for him, and therefore it's kind of static at the moment. Joe Willock can take the ball back on. He's got two in front of him. So in fact, it's St Maximan. He gets a cross in. Oh! Wilson could have been in there. Forest come away on the break now. Brennan Johnson has it with a lot of pace. and he's going to be pushed off the ball by Dan Burn. Fantastic from Dan Burn. He's done really well this afternoon, that's Dan Burn. Bruno Guimaraes has it into the centre circle. And the game's opening out a bit now. Forest still leading 6 men back. So Maximan's wide on the left, on the right. Got any fast past one. Little ball in. Alderweireld would have a go. You know, he cuts inside, no confidence in the box. Terrible touch from Alderweireld in the penalty area. Almost got the ball back. Now it's with Trippier, and now it's with Bruno Guimaraes. Newcastle under pressure again, constant pressure. Trippier with a cross, it's over the head. It nearly got to St Maximin on the far post, who could have slid into an empty net, but it's gone all the way for a throw-in on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, as Forest come forward. Callum Wilson's looking for a penalty here. I don't know why. Was he being pulled back? We're going to see now. Was he being pulled back? We'll soon see. Oh, oh my God. He's been assaulted in the penalty area. VAR, look at this. Joe Worrell just literally rugger tackled Callum Wilson in the penalty area. I don't know if VAR are looking at it. They're obviously not. And he's been booked as well, Joe Worrell. But there you go. Touch there from St Maximin. Loses out this time. It's actually Joe Willock. I'm telling lies. Number 14 has it in the middle in the area. I think it's McKenna. Coming forward. Out wide he goes for Harry Toffolo, side from Huddersfield. Still maintaining his forward possession, and now it's on the wide right with Surridge inside here. Jesse Lingard has it, looking for a cross, looking for Brennan Johnson. Johnson gets there, but straight into the arms of Pope, who comes straight out. It wasn't Brennan Johnson, actually. It was some blonde geezer. Might be Surridge. Sam Surridge it was. Ball down the line, it's a good one too. Wilson has it. Good ball. He'll have a corner for that. Well played, Callum Wilson. And well defended by the number 26, whoever he may be. It's corner on the right hand side. Which fullback's going to be taking it? Whoever it is will be dependent whether it's a out swinger or in swinger. It looks like it's going to be Target, so it'll be an in swinger. Mickey has given him a short option this time, though. I imagine someone will go near post here, looking for a flick on of some kind. Or will it be a deeper in swinger? But the near post is generally the in swinging target. Currently being patrolled by Nico Williams. It's a bit deeper than that. It's gone deep, and it's a header for. Good jump from Fabian Schär. I think it's a goal kick. And he's down injured. Well, he did well to defend him there, to be fair to him. Lots of wrestling going on in the box, but great lead from Fabian Schär. It's a corner ball, that should be. And it may be a clash of heads there. That's why Schär's down. Schär is a kind of accident-prone fellow, isn't he? He always seems to get the clashes of heads and the bad falls happen to him. But it's a corner ball. Schär's being monitored. He'll probably have to come off here, actually, concussion protocols. And that'll mean that Sven Botman will probably come on. Schär is talking. He's okay, but Sven Botman is warming up. As is Paul Dummett. But there's no one God's earth to be Paul Dummett coming on for Fabian Schär. It will be Sven Botman. No doubt about it. Fabian Schär is coming off for a little while. Whether he has to come off in full, he looks okay. Runs to the nearest point of entry to the third official. Obviously, this leaves us short in the area now for this corner. But Bruno's gone in there this time. Little. It's Kieran Trippier with an in-swinger. Drew a man out. Drew Newcastle out there and really should have got a corner while he was out. But here he comes. It's a near post one. It's not a very good one. Doesn't beat the first man. Throw into Newcastle. Level with the area. Be taken by Kieran Trippier. He's going to go to St Maximin. Doesn't indeed. He'll go to Joe Linton, will he? He looks at Joe Linton over the top. Gets there. Well, Joe Linton get there. He's been pushed in the back. It's gone out for a goal kick to Forest. Good defending from Worrell. Did well there, to be fair. It's the Forest captain. And Joe Linton couldn't keep the ball in play. Newcastle on the ball. Foul there. A little push in the back. from Jesse Lingard on Bruno Guimaraes. And the ball's floated out wide here to Matt Target. Down the left-hand side, he's gone for a little ball on the inside. It's a good ball. Henderson's coming out to clear it as well to get there first. Well anticipated. Sweeper keeper from Dean Henderson there. Got it before Callum Wilson could. Managed to clear it for a throw into Newcastle. It's already been taken. So Maximan has it. Good ball inside for Target. Got time for a cross here. What was come out to me, it's a terrible cross all along the ground. It's intercepted at the near post. And Nico Williams can carry it away as well. It's with Jesse Lingard wide on this left-hand side. Been approached by Joe Linson. Great bit of play there for that's a referee. Please. Yellow card. That's yellow card all day long. Very cynical shirt pull there from whoever he is. McKenna. So Maxwell has it, cuts inside, tried to play it through a player, didn't get the pass off he should have. Ball's out wide now. Joe Willock has it. He's got two against him. He's got Joe Linton behind him if he needs him. And doesn't need him. Joe Linton now comes along to his right foot, plays it back to nice little triangle. Good little turn from Willock. Could have got a crossing, didn't know. Now Joe Linton has the space to get a crossing. And there it goes. It's a good one. Oh, did it fall to Joe Willock? Good save from Henderson. Good save. Was going in the far corner. Didn't quite have the power it needed. McKenna's a centre half, actually. So I don't know who that midfield player is. I've been calling McKenna. Must have hypnotised me, whoever he was. But a great little move from Newcastle. Lovely little triangle. Cross came in. Came to Joe Willock. Level with the penalty spot on the left-hand side. He hit it with his right foot. Just curved. Some good save from Henderson to get down to it. Newcastle won the ball deep. And one has it. Play it for. Must be a goal. Oh, great defending from Forest. Great defending from McKenna. And good defending. That was really good defending. They lost it deep in their own half, but great centre-half play from McKenna. Scripts out that shot. That could easily have been 1-0. Should have been 1-0, really. But you've got to give credit to the Forest defender for that. Newcastle again on the press with some great turn. He's done well there. Newcastle with the foot in this time. They're defending well, Forest. Defending for dear lives here. They were classed below the team against them, but they're defending well. So Fabian Schär from distance is there! What a goal! Fabian Schär! He must have been 25 yards out on the right-hand corner of the quadrant. Have that, Robin Hood. 1-0 Newcastle United. Fully deserved. A fantastic strike from the Swiss maestro. What a goal that is. An absolute corker. We've seen one like it before. He scored one against Burnley like that. He must have been 25 yards out on the right-hand side of the corner of the area. Blasted it in. Dean Henderson had no chance. It was a short corner that started it. It went to Bruno. It got to St. Maximin with a great little turn. He turned well. The ball came out. It was clear. Newcastle got a foot to it. The head came out. Fabian Schär received this. He's 40 yards out. He's gone forward 5 yards. He's 20 yards out. From the corner of the box, centre of the goal. Henderson might be disappointed. We'll see a better view of it this time. The angle might be bad for Henderson here, but it's gone to the roof of the net. But no one's closed Schär down. They've not watched him do this before. And Schär's blasted it near post. Oh, Henderson's going to be really annoyed at that. But what a strike. Jesse Lingard's given up on it. 200 grand a week. Wouldn't pay me dog shit. That's a great goal. Eddie Howe's happy about it. We're all happy about it. 1-0 Newcastle. You Reds, not going to be you Reds much longer. It's 1-0 Newcastle. What a fantastic strike. Fully deserved. At last, the scoreline reflects the game, and it's 1-0 to Newcastle. Have it. And this means Forest have to come out of the shell and couldn't even be more open at the back. The clearance gone down the pitch, looking for Callum Wilson. Newcastle is on his back. Wilson's been pushed in the back there. It's going to be a free kick, and it's not given. Which is a good thing. It's good. In one way, it's good. The game's actually, it is a contact sport. And these little niggles here and there are not being given free kicks this season. Newcastle have got a free kick now. Richard Attenborough doesn't look happy now. Looks like we're going to have some changes. The striker they've got from Germany is coming on. He's got a pair of Hollister boxes on, whatever they are. And then Newcastle on the attack. It's with Kieran Trippier wide right, ball inside. It's a great ball too. A nice bit of play from Wilson. Been muscled off it from Newcastle, but it's a throw into Newcastle right next to the corner flag. Will Forest try and make the sub now? They're in a defensive position at the minute. Looks like they are going to make a sub. No, they're not. It's a throw to Newcastle. Good movement this time, Newcastle, but Trippier's gone for Joe Linton. Edge of the area. Joe Linton's with a bit of skill to some Maximan. Dinked out a little cross. Not going to no one. Nico Williams heads it out of a corner. Probably could have done something else with that, but 60 minutes on the clock. It's Newcastle United 1, and it's Nottingham Forest 0. And we need to edit that, don't we? Corner ball, but we're trying to edit this. There we go. Corner's come in. Nodded on. Forest can clear it. St Maximan has it. He's squared up by one. Little curvy ball, far post. Not going to get there. Nice little bit of play and adventurous play and an endeavour from St Maximan. He's had a great game today, I think. I think he's been really good. Very positive signs for this season. But Forest do look as if they're ready on a knife edge. Newcastle again have the ball. Forest get the ball away. Great serve from St Maximan. Took him inside. Wobble. Won back from Willock. Did well. Almiron to Willock. Might give it to St Maximan. Should do. St Maximan's on the edge of the area on the right hand quadrant. We'll go out to Almiron. He's got Trippier overlapping. Almiron comes inside. Gives it to. That's a lovely little 1-2. Almiron with the cross. Oh, well cut out near Carte. Stood in the right place. Anticipated well. A great bit of anticipation also from Fabian Scher, the goal scorer. Near Carte's come out with the ball and he's given it to Newcastle. It's with Joe Willock with a little skill. Tried to do it again to near Carte, who's everywhere at the minute. A great tackle there from Fabian Scher, who's also everywhere at the minute. Now it's with St Maximan on that right hand side, going at the defender. Wilson's got a chance, laying it back. Oh, shot was blocked, but it's from Newcastle again. Looking for a second goal. Picks in the middle of the park here from the Forest midfielder. Lewis O'Brien, I think it is. I know who it is. But he's approached by Joe Linton, back inside for Lingard, and now across here for Joe Wall, who's marched up the pitch. And Forest looking a bit more offensive now. Nico Williams has gone past target with ease. Cross comes in, and it's good header, but headed down into the ground and over the bar. Forest's first real attempt in anger. Goal kick. But Trippier did well to get back and kind of put a bit of pressure on Sam Surridge at the far post. Actually, didn't. It's just a bad header. And bad defending from Trippier because he's got everything's in front of him, and he's having to go at the defender who's got everything behind him. And now Surridge, it looks like that Surridge coming off. Yeah, Sam Surridge is coming off, and on comes the striker going from Germany. I'm hoping they put his name up. Looks a very big, powerful lad. I don't know who he is. It's not saying his name yet. Whoa. Well, tell us who it is then. Okay, don't tell us who it is. Where he is, something like that, his name, isn't it? Something like that. They got him from Germany. He scored a lot of goals in the Bundesliga last year, so it's going to be a threat. The Newcastle centre half's going to be on the metal to keep him out. But the ball is currently in the arms of Dean Henderson. He bowls it out to Joe Worrell. Into the Forest penalty area down here for Nico Williams. Pressure from Callum Wilson. Cuts back inside. And back it's gone in the corner to Worrell, who's been pressured. And they've given. They nearly give the ball away. In fact, they did give the ball away. Now it's with Guimaraes. Lovely little ball there. Wilson, nice touch to Joe Linton. Wide here for St Maximan. He's gone again. Well played from Miggy. Didn't quite work for him though, but the pressure's still on. Nico Williams does really well to get that away and played a nice ball forward for the new striker. Lovely bit of play from Bruno Guimaraes. Absolute quality. Back to Scher. Kieran Trippier has it. Ball. That's a terrible pass, Trippier. Some of his passing today ain't been good. Joe Linton has it now. Picked up from Willock. He did well to retrieve that from Trippier. So Maximan, Newcastle United midfielder floating a bit now. Back to Joe Linton. He's got plenty of space to move into. Now he's been approached by Lingard. Now it's with Bruno Guimaraes. The German striker that's not German, but whatever his name is. Well played from Newcastle. Trippier and Guimaraes. Guimaraes has been fouled left foot and centre. He's making Colbert look a mug. That's not hard, but he's doing it anyway. Trippier has it. He'll go back to Bruno Guimaraes, surely. You know, in fact, he gives it to Miggy Almiron. Square ball for Joe Linton. Might give it, but does well there, Joe Linton. Now it's with Miggy Almiron, who's cutting sides in the middle of the park. Wide out here for St Maximan, plenty of space. Going to cut inside and curve it, I think. There we go, St Maximan, little back heel. Target run offside. It was a great idea. Target wasn't the same wavelength, they'd run too far forward, would have been offside had the ball come to him. The ball's now with Bruno Gomares, centre of the park, 30 yards out. Lovely ball! So Maximan, can he get it down? He does eventually. It's actually Joe Willock. Nice skill, little curvy cross. Anyone at the far post, there ain't no one there. Callum Wilson has it. It's still pressure without any chances coming. Trippier has it. Now Bruno. Bruno will look for a pass to Joe Linton square. Here he comes, Joe Linton. And now again out here to Matt Target. He's got some maximum, loads of space on his left-hand side. Little ball inside for Joe Willock. Little dink inside. Newcastle kicks it out, throwing to Newcastle. Again, a great spell of pressure for Newcastle. It's been really good so far today. 1-0 Newcastle. We have 65 on the clock. Joe Linton has it. Now it's with Matt Target. Inside for Alison Maximan. He's come inside. Bit of ambition about this run from St Maximan. Goes inside one. Still maintains the ball. Didn't quite get it through. Target nearly with it back. Will get retrieved by St Maximan. Wide on his left. One player ahead of him. It's Nico Williams on a yellow card. Cuts inside him once. Cuts inside him again. He's dancing around him here. Like, great cross comes in. And it's going to be cleared by Forest at the far post by Toffolo. Joe Linton will win that back. He does do. And it's out for Kieran Trippier. Pressure is absolutely non-stop here from Newcastle. Kieran Trippier on the right. Miggy. Oh, dear me, referee. That's a yellow card. I've never seen one. And it's McKenna this time. Will he get a yellow card? Foul on Bruno. Bruno let the ball go across him. McKenna bought it and took the player out. Not sure he'll get a yellow card for it, but he shouldn't really. Kieran Trippier standing over this free kick then. Newcastle United skipper. 66 on the clock, almost 67 minutes gone, so almost 2/3 of the way, 3/4 away for the game. My math is terrible. So it's swung in from Trippier, looking for Newcastle header, gets one. Oh, it nearly came down. That could be a penalty. Surely it's gone. He was being rubber tackled to the ground. Referee's given nothing. We'll see the replay here. McKenna's got him by the shirt, by the arms. Just the 6.5, isn't it? That physical challenge. Well defended, actually, from McKenna. Long clearance comes from Dean Henderson, which Fabian Schär gets head to, and now it's with Miggy trying to push it outside McKenna. McKenna does well to visit. Oh, Joe Williams took it off McKenna. Ball across. Wilson just an inch away from tapping it into a net. Maxi's done a bit of pressure there. We'll get a corner flag, will we? Well, the way the fans are crane, I think it's a free kick to Forest, but well played that. Great cross. Joe Willock is superb there to win the ball back. A lovely ball in the area. It was just a gnat's go that away from being perfect for Callum Wilson. He may have been offside though. Lingard's coming off. Or is he? No, Lingard's he's the message giver. He's give Jack Colback a message. I wonder what's on that. Man United is shit, Sunderland is shit, possibly. But Jack Colback took the message, put it in his sock. Shreky Attenborough has given the message. And we'll see a change in system maybe here for Forest. Because again, it's the second best here all day long. Forest are on the attack now, on the left-hand side. Cross comes in, headed by Schär. Joe Linton takes it down the edge of the area, tells Target to go ahead of him, and plays it to him. Will Target retrieve that just about, clears it down the line, and this is a good run from Wilson, who hasn't got the pace, and in fact the ball must have gone out of play because Wilson gave it up. It's throwing. Didn't think the ball went out myself, I've got to say. Forest get throwing deep in the Newcastle half. That didn't go out of play. No way in God's earth. And it would have been interesting to see a foot race between Wilson and Newcastle. But on pass form in this game, you'd said Newcastle would probably have beaten to the ball. But anyway, Forest on the attack, left-hand side. Jack Colback has it. Paid it back to the left-back, Toffolo. And it's muscled out. Well played from Newcastle. Great pressure. 69 minutes on the clock. Probably due some fresh legs soon, but for Newcastle, one or two plays looking a little bit leggy. But it was 69 minutes in and we won up and we've controlled the game. We've dominated the game. 1-0 flat as Forest, to be quite frank. Joe Linton has it back to... Oh, what a lovely little back flick to Miggy. Shields it. Back to Joe Linton. Back to Trippier. Wonderful bit of play from Newcastle till Joe Willock decides to let the ball run under his foot and Forest can build from deep with Henderson. Pressure's coming on from Wilson. Clearance down the pitch. Looking for a Forest head. Over Trippier's head it goes. Shares in behind him. He clears it out for throwing to Forest. Good covering play. Doesn't actually go. Actually, didn't go out of play. And Willem retrieved it and knocked off a Forest player for Newcastle United throwing into the Forest half. Fabian Scher's goal, superb goal, by the way, I've got to say. Kieran Trippier with a throw in halfway inside the Forest half. Great endeavour from Willem to keep that ball in and get the throw forward. Joe Linton has it in a minute. Pressurised from a bit of a rough and tumble. Left this with a free kick. I don't know who he is. Turn around, see your name. They're always facing the bloody cameras, the arseholes. And Niakate has it. Back to Dean Henderson. Long clearance, looking for the big striker. But Dan Burn gets there first. Not the greatest head from Dan Burn. Nico Williams does get there. And Newcastle United should get a throw in. Although it's gone the Forest way. Must have come off a Newcastle foot. Williams will take it. Yeah, inside he goes for Lingard. Back to Williams. Back to Worrell. Square ball to Niakate's on it is. They can build from deep with the player that I don't know who he is. Might be O'Brien. I don't know. He's being pressurised anyway by Bruno. Forest will come for the middle now. It's with Jesse Lingard. Left-hand side, central. Just move that to left now. Looking for a pass to play. Played it to Johnson. Great tackle there. But Forest do retrieve it with O'Brien, if it is O'Brien. Now to Captain Worrell, back to O'Brien. First time we've seen a bit of sustained pressure from Forest. Nico Williams wide on his right-hand side, cuts inside target, cuts inside Joe Linton, and goes all around the far side for Harvey Toffolo. He plays it into the left-hand side player, and good bit of running here. Good running back from Miggy. Forest have, I believe, their first corner of the game with 71 minutes in, almost 72. But good defending work from Miguel Almond to stop the cross coming in. Forest will have a corner. Newcastle United will have to concentrate because Forest do have some big lads in their side. Bit of a novel about 50 of them in the box at once. Hope will come out and catch it. Ingenuity there from Forest. They had no one in the box, and about 20 of them ran in, well, not 20 of them, obviously. About 8 of them ran in the box at the same time together. But the ball went straight to Pope, and so the tactic weren't that great, was it? Newcastle United come forward with Bruno Guimaraes, bringing the ball forward at pace. And he plays that wide for Joe Willock. Actually, it's a Madsman. Back it goes to Kieran Trippier, the swap sides, Maxman and Miggy, I think. Here's Bruno, he's got space. Niakate is the one that comes out to him, does well to get a foot in there. I do game Niakate, actually. Well won there from Newcastle. I think the ref's given a free kick, has he? He hasn't given a free kick, but there's a player injured and Newcastle will play the ball out, so the player can get treatment. It's Brendan Johnson. Target with it, took his shin at the same time. Doesn't look great, that one. We've got to say. The ref didn't give a free kick. We'll see the goal again now, though. Clearance came out. Nobody closed down Fabian Schär. This is Championship football, see. They don't know Fabian Schär's danger from these situations. He's done it before. He's done it again today. Had it been closed down, it would never have happened. A bit of inexperience and naivety from Forest there, standing off Fabian Schär with his wonder of a left foot that he's got. Right foot, sorry. Went at the near post. I mean, Henderson, I'm criticising him for getting beat at the near post, but it was a rocket. He had no chance of getting it at all. No chance whatsoever. 1-0, 74 minutes in the clock. Fabian Schär's goal separates the two sides at the precise moment. By all accounts, Sunderland are 3-2 up at Ashton Gate. Forest are making small changes now, and the player that I didn't know who it was is coming off. And they're bringing on Mangala, the defensive midfielder, who also played in Germany. He looks a chunky little fella, doesn't look very tall, but Brendan Johnson's okay to continue. And on he comes back onto the pitch. Newcastle United have a throw in. Matt Target will take it. "75 minutes on the clock now. There will be a bit of injury time for the second half. They're asking where the throw-in's from. And it's gone backwards. It's with Dan Bird. Brennan Johnson puts a tiny bit of pressure, but not a lot. And Nick Pope will clear long. Taking his time. No one's approaching him. Take your time. Kick it when you want to kick it. Long it goes. Looking for the run of Trippier. Fabian Shared does a bit of covering in the right back area. Bit of a physical lead between Newcastle and Wilson. Newcastle once again wins out and knocks it back to Henderson. And he rolls it out to Worrell. Looks like Forest may have gone to a back four now. Williams inside for Mangala, the new arrival. And square it goes for Colback. Colback coming through the middle of the park, crosses the halfway line, being marked up by Joe Willock. And he goes back to the left back Toffolo and back to Newcastle. It looks like McKenna's come off and they're going to a flat back four now. Ball inside, looking, but it's interrupted there by Newcastle. Willock has it, shields it, got Colback at his back, but he shields it from really well. Ball back to Trippier. Trippier's gone down the middle, looking for Wilson. It's actually gone on the far side. Willock gets there too. Colback's with him. He should be able to get past Colback. I can get past missing Colback. But he's shielded it well and played it back for Miggy. He's got a little ball inside here to Bruno. Bruno's got a bit of space. Great ball for Miggy. Miggy's gone inside the area. Went for the near ball, went to curve it around Henderson. Henderson spread himself really well and managed to get the ball out of the net. Well played for Miggy. And again, a fantastic pass through to him from Bruno Gabalish. That little ball free plays is absolutely superb. But he tried to curve it. The ball probably should have passed to the far post. But Forest now come away with it. Brennan Johnson has it. Dan Bird over to cover. And he knocks it out for throw-in safety first. Throw to Forest. It's probably about 40 yards from goal on the right-hand side for them. Changes being made by Newcastle. Looks like Ryan Fraser and Sean Longstaff are about to be introduced into the action. Some fresh legs for Newcastle United. I imagine Ryan Fraser will go on the right-hand side to replace Mickey. And Longstaff maybe place Willock, but we'll see. Ball from Chair, it's a good one too to Bruno Guimaraes. Got a bit of space, lovely little ball over the top. Looking for some Maximan, slightly overhit, and Maximan won't keep that one in. But it was a great idea, nearly perfectly pulled off. Didn't have the backspin on it, the one he played for Mickey against Palace. But Forest do play on, but Williams has lost out to Joe Linton, and Newcastle have the ball short of the area. Guimaraes to Willock, and wide here for some Maximan. Linton out wide, Joe Linton's got to the byline. Low cross. Wilson gets near post. It's in. It's not Joe. It's not Wilson. It is Wilson. It's Callum Wilson. Coventry Gene. Newcastle 2. Nottingham Forest 0. All she wrote in the book. Get in there. Absolutely fantastic goal. And that's Callum Wilson. Between you and me, he ran near post then. Fantastic goal. Fantastic goal. Fantastic endeavour from Joe Linton. Fantastic play from St. Maximan and Joe Willock. Joe Willock got the ball, won the ball back, played it out here to St. Maximan. Joe Linton overlapped, near post cross, and for the first time in the game, Wilson went near post. Newcastle wasn't expecting it, and Wilson got his foot in. That's why they go far post all game for that one chance, but he can go near post, get his foot on it, and score a second goal for Newcastle. Newcastle 2, Forest 0. Fantastic goal. Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, got for call again. Went 1-0 down, now they're 2-0 down. Robin Hood, you're no good. Robin Hood. 79 minutes gone. 2-0 to Newcastle. Been comfortable for us. Nick Pope, I love the way Nick Pope anticipated, but it's a foul there on Brennan Johnson on Matt Target. And Matt Target is holding the back of his right hamstring. Johnson pulls him up, he's okay. Will we see the changes now that we were going to see just before that goal? Again, it came from Forest not being able to get the ball out from the defence. The actual play of getting the ball from defence under pressure been absolutely awful. They can't rectify that within the season. they're going to be in trouble. Willock's gone off. Longstaff's come on as I predicted. And as the change in major, yeah, Longstaff and Willock's one of them, 80 minutes on the clock. And Almiron's the one for Fraser. Well played, Miggy. Good performance. Even if the final kind of touch hang on your way today, it's been a great, energetic performance, full of ambition, desire, and endeavour. Ryan Fraser will come on for him for 10 minutes of leg pumping, Jack Russell running over to the right hand side. He goes, and if Harry Toffolo thinks his afternoon's over, he's got another thing coming. Time to get on the banner. I think it's 2-0 now, isn't it? There we go. Free goal kick to Forest. Henderson could cheese off and was trying to pass through the pressure. He's just scooped it long. Fabian Cher has it in the right hand side position. Takes it down, plays the ball down the line. Toffolo, McKenna listed on, so I don't know what's going on here. But Forest did go for a flat back ball for a while. But as soon as they did, they went down 2-0. Pope as well to cut out the ball, sweeper keeper style. Forest have a throw in. Now the key now is to not concede and let Forest back in the game now. And at the minute, it's back here with Jesse Lingard and down for Joe Worrell. Being pressured by Joe Linton. A terrible pass from Worrell, cuts out from St Maximan. It's a lovely ball in for Sean Longstaff. Sean Longstaff looking for a ball for the middle. It's a terrible pass from Longstaff. No angle on it. Too much pressure on it. And straight back to Dean Henderson it went. Dean Henderson bowls out to Worrell. You think they'd have learned that playing from the back don't work? You know, Jan Byrne comes out and shepherds it out. Great defending against the number 9, who I still don't know what his full name is. He's not had a kick so far. Niakarte's coming off. So they're on to a flat back 4 now, definitely. And Niakarte's been the kind of rock that's kept them in the game. Moyton's come on for Forest. McKenna has it. And Niakarte's kind of been the anchor at the back for the Forest. He's been their standout defender. They've took him off. Maybe not match fit. Maybe they can't get 9 minutes. They've took him off, and now Newcastle can get another one. I think the defence is weakened with him going off. Nick Pope has it. He bowls it out to Fabian Cher, to Kieran Trippier. Little ball inside for Bruno. Ball up front for that. Lovely bit of football. Sean Longstaff running onto it, but he's lost the ball. And it'll be a throw into Forest. Call bagging well, though, actually. Longstaff's looked a little bit off the pace in the 2 times he had the ball. He's lost it both times. And that time, he lost it to Jack Colback. Ball's been taken off the Forest attacker by Matt Target. Guimaraes steps inside the centre forward. Now it's with Cher. No real pressure from the Forest front 3. Ball from Cher, Callum Wilson. Now it's with Guimaraes again. And down here for Target. And now it's Ryan Fraser, actually. Ryan Fraser is motioned through the middle. Ball out here for St Maximan, who controls on his right foot. It's against the defender, going to go for, he went for the near post, didn't quite work for him. But nice little move from St Maximan. Shot didn't match the little step inside. But it's still 2-0 to Newcastle and 84 minutes on the clock. Little nudge there. The Forest trying to attack, but it's with Dan Byrne. Lays it back to Pope. Goes to the return. We'll get it. Pope rolls it out to the edge of the area. Dan Byrne coming from deep now. We'll probably give it to Matt Target. One on his left-hand side. He doesn't give it to Bruno. Bruno's got time on the ball whenever he's got it. Irrespective if he's got men around him or not. Target plays it back now to Dan Byrne. He'll go square to Fabian Cher. Fabian Cher will manoeuvre it forward a little bit. He's got plenty of time. No one's pressurising him. And back he comes to Dan Byrne. And he'll do the same. Down to Target. Ball will eventually come down the line for Joe Linton, and here it is. Joe Linton will cut inside, maybe give it to Bruno. In fact, he goes for St Maximan, who has come inside. in the field, and Sir Maximan can go to the Forest defence here. Got a great ball out wide. He wants to give it. Does give it. No ball across the box. Can he get there? Not quite. Great move, but Callum Wilson just can't get the angle in it. Lovely move from Newcastle. Lovely move. Ball out wide from Sir Maximan to, I think it was Sean Longstaff. Sean Longstaff squared it across the area. Just too far in front of Callum Wilson. He nearly got there. Very, very nearly. And by the time he got his shot on it, it was about 3 inches into the side net. Newcastle win the ball back again in Forest territory, which has been something that's happened all day. This time, though, they lose out. The Forest centre half took it off Longstaff. Out here to Mighton, the substitute. Going to Matt Target. Matt Target's fouled in free kick Forest. Pushed it past him. Target had nowhere to go to, but to bring down Mighton. Looks a pacey little winger. Remember the pacey winger we got from Forest years ago, Franz Carr? Well, it's very much like that. Target may have got a yellow card for that, in fact. We'll see. I'm not sure if he has or not. 86 minutes on the clock. This is a dangerous situation for us. We can't let them back in and give ourselves a nervy last 5 or 10 minutes because it doesn't deserve that. We've been that dominant in this game. We've been that dominant in this game that we don't deserve to be hanging on the seat of our pants for the last 10 minutes because Forest have created next to nothing. We've got the free kicks gone to the far post. We will clear it though. Bruno had it in the area, being pressured by the speedy winger Mighton. Plays it back there for Trippier and he will clear it down the pitch. Considered pass. What a lovely touch that is. Can he play him in? He's tried, he's got the pace, Fraser ain't got the pace, he can't out sprint Colback. My word. That's an indication of things, isn't it? Well, amazed. Anyway, Forest on the ball and the left back position. It's down here with Joe Worrell, the captain, centre of the park, looking for a pass. He'll probably go short to Mangala. Mangala plays it through the middle. Newcastle stepped off the pace here a little bit, and it's let Lingard played out wide. So the left-hand side man, little floaty ball in. That was awful. Straight into the arms of Pope. No one near the ball for Forest. 87 minutes on the clock. Callum Wilson is superb there. That little touch there to take it past the defender, Mangala. Then he played the pass inside Colback. He would have expected Ryan Fraser to be able to outsprint Jack Colback. Didn't know. Anyhow, Newcastle are on the attack here with Joe Linton. Back it will come to Matt Target. And Newcastle are now trying to take the sting out of the game, I think. 87.5 minutes on the clock. Dan Burn plays it square to Fabian Schär. Not a lot of pressure from the Forest attack. And Newcastle can play it. Again, no pressure on Longstaff. Wide it goes to Trippier. Square inside to Bruno. It'll go back again to Schär. And walking pace at the moment. Bruno Guimaraes. Great ball out there for Trippier. Not so good from Trippier and deflected out for a throw into Newcastle. But there's no pressure from Forest. There's no ambition from them. No desire. No endeavour. And Newcastle United are making 2 more substitutions. Jacob Murphy's about to be entered into the fray. And also the number 20. Sherwood Forest with that. Chris Wood Forest. He's coming on. So I imagine it'll be St Maximan and Wilson coming off. Wilson got his goal with his eventual near post run. So first goal of the season for Callum Wilson. Claps all sides of the ground. Well played, sir. Great to see you back on the score sheet again. Lots of people are very happy. A woman in the crowd telling him to phone. Like you can see her. Phone me, she's saying, yeah, look, he's looking at her. And also, so Maximan's coming off. Great performance from him today. Very, very good. Been a threat at all times. Been roundly applauded by Chris Wood and by Jacob Murphy. And Chris Wood comes on for the last 2 or 3 minutes, and so did Jacob Murphy. Murphy springs out to the right-hand side. Fraser will come to the left, I imagine, and Chris Wood through the middle. 2-0 to Newcastle United. 89. We're in the 90th minute. There will be a bit of injury time. We have had 1 or 2 stoppages second half. But this game has done and dusted, folks, really. I mean, it's amazing. And under previous managers, we'd still be sweating now, wouldn't we? Even at 2-0 going into the final minute. But with the Eddie Howe side, it's not so bad. It's everything seems to be calm. Ball is with Dan Burn in our own half. The Forest attackers aren't really pressuring. Lingard's trying a bit of pressure on. What a ball that is. Can Murphy get there? Murphy can get. Oh, that's a foul, referee. No way I'm gone to if they're going to get away with that. But he took the player first and played the ball. So that to me was not only a foul, and that's a foul also. Not only was it a foul, it was a red card. VAR, but look at this. VAR, got to look at this. Yeah, that's a red card. Sorry, red card, free kick. 3 minutes of injury time only, which is surprising to be fair. But that's a red card all day long. So Ryan Fraser wins the ball in the air against Nico Williams, and we'll pressurise him. Nico Williams has tried to clear it in the box. It's not great at all. Joe Linton nods it back. Bruno Guimaraes, pass one. Bruno Guimaraes, pass two. He's robbed by Colback. To be fair to Jack Colback, he's had a good game today. One of the best games I've ever seen him play. I'll give him 3 out of 10. Ball is played into touch by Joe Linton, and it's a throw into Forest deep in their own half. They're a beaten side now. Nico Williams will take it. Inside it goes to Jack Colback. Couldn't nearly lost that. Nico Williams had an awful game. I've got to say, awful game. His distribution has been absolutely terrible, and he's been beaten on both sides by 1 or 2 players. St Maximin many times, and the yellow card also in the first half. Bad play though from I'm going to say Share, but Forest have got the ball. Colback has it on the halfway line, squares it across to Joe Wall. 91.5 minutes on the clock. Little turn from the Mighton, who's looked very sharp since he's come on. Back to Colback. He swings it out left. It's Toffolo. Back it goes against Toffolo, and now to Colback again. Nice little ball from Colback. Great tackle there. That's a fantastic tackle from Longstaff. Chris Wood loses out. And gives away a foul in the process. First involvement from Chris Wood was to lose the ball and then foul the player that took it off him. I feel like I've said that before. Sven Botman's going to come on, which is great news for people that have got Sven Botman in their fantasy football side because he gets a clean sheet. And he's coming on for Bruno Guimaraes. Fantastic performance from Bruno. Arguably man of the match. We say it every week, don't we? Man of the match, Bruno Guimaraes. But arguably, he's been absolutely fantastic. Him and Joe Linton, St Maximin, Miggy, they've all been great. Share, all been really good. Sven Botman comes on. He'll get a clean sheet for the fantasy football people. Well, I hope he does. There's 30 seconds left. There's a free kick to Forest. It's 20 yards out. Pope comes for it and doesn't get it, but it's cleared away. First sign of dodginess from Nick Pope there. Came to claim across and didn't get there. A free kick. And Forest have it wide on the left-hand side with Jesse Lingard. Back to the centre half. The 93 minutes are almost up. It's wide here with Nico Williams looking for ball down the line for the quick Mighton. Targets while shipping him away. Burn plays to target. Inside it goes. Sean Longstaff picks it up. Ball inside the box. Game's all but over now. 13 seconds over the added time. And Fabian Schär has it. Come on, ref, will blow up because there's nothing happening now. Backward and forward. No pressure on the Forest team. He said 3 minutes injury time. And now we've had 3.5 minutes. Nothing's happening. And there it is. Full time. Newcastle United 2. Nottingham Forest 0. Fabian Schär thunderbolt to take the lead after 58 minutes, 59 minutes. Followed up by a great goal from Callum Wilson, who I've been criticised for not going near post. He'd run far post every single time or stood sensible. The one time went near post, near Carter, the man that marked him, wasn't expecting it. Fantastic bit of deception and trickery from Wilson. Got his foot on it, and there was the goal, 2-0 to Newcastle United in front of a full house of people. Fantastic performance by Newcastle. Could have been 5 or 6 really. Dominant against a very poor Forest side. But if they don't sort out the naivety in defence, they're going to have a very long season. Let's take some comments on this glorious day, shall we? And we'll take some scores as well, shall we? Also, Bournemouth 2, Villa 0. Leeds 2, Wolves 1. Spurs 4, Southampton 1. So that's a very interesting first day. Aston Villa. We've got Bristol City 2, Sunderland 3. Bristol City look like they could have a long season, Annie. You can't beat them tossers. And that's how I will see the score. Let's have a look at some comments. So it's a great day to kind of have a bit of extra time and go through some comments. But if you've liked what you've seen, folks, if you've liked the result, if you've liked the commentary, give us a thumbs up. We've got nearly 600 now. We've had 800, 900 in the stream most of the time. And also, subscriptions are available by hitting the subscribe button, and also memberships. Hit a join, and you can be a member of the Toon Review family. And also, one more thing: if you want to donate to the channel, hit the super chat. Donate whatever you want; it'll be very much appreciated. Let's take some comments. I mean, it's been quite a while. Didn't do anything in the second half because of the game, but Light, donate some cash, lads and lasses, and get Billy a better mic. You can't get better than this, mate. Seriously, God. It's a Yeti, Blue Yeti mic. They're fantastic mics. So, yeah, you're wrong. Positivity Cook, we're still pressing like a swarm of bees. Gary says, Everton hates the Toon. Roy Keane's half decent about us. Simon Jordan's opening up about us now since he's got past his piff issue. Other than that, low, yeah. Billy's sound is fine for me, says V. Yeah, strange that, because I mean it's a superb mic. Eddie's making Botman hungry for the game. Great management. He got on for the last minute and got a clean sheet. Has got him in the fantasy football team, which is great news. If one of those games would dominate, but unlucky or cash flash top to 9 season victory, yeah, we thought that for a while, but it didn't end up that way, did it? Sounds all good here, says Jules. Good use for our hashtags. Everything sounds good to everyone except for a certain few. It must be my old phone. Yeah, can we all chip in and buy La H a new phone? Because obviously there's nothing wrong with my mic. It must be your Motorola brick that you've got as a phone, mate. Come on, lads, sharpen the bolt. Indeed. Good job, Billy. Thanks, Fahad. Let's come down. Wait, what kind of inside stuff the porn channels have been trying to get on again. Billy deserves the 3 points for his commentary. Newcastle always, and also here we are. Did we have spoilers? I'm going to come down to the bottom. Let's go from here. Good start. Lots of room for improvement. Come on. Yeah, we played some great stuff at times today. 2-0 flat Forest immensely. A win start team, says Matt down there in Australia, and great call, Billy. Cheers, buddy. Toto 16. Thanks, guys. Great job and great result. Clean sheet. We're also talking about 3 points in the bag. Always still start for us. Great job, Bill. Getting there. It's a fantastic result and deserved as well. That's even better. Such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you, Kendo. Great work, Billy. Thanks everyone for your contribution today, Rachel. Yeah, indeed. Lingard must be wishing using black and white. I'm pleased we've got Pope and not Henderson. Indeed. Perfect start. Let's keep it going. Thank you. Brilliant commentary. Thanks, Terry. Appreciate it, Billy. Well done, Billy. And also, big hearts to the mod squad for patrolling the chat. I've not been in it much today, obviously. I've had me behind the screen. But mods, as always, fantastic in the chat. Best mods in the business. We're proud and really happy to have a big love for the Toon Review hosts and co-hosts to the mods. Great weekend incoming, indeed. Clean sheet for Pope, yeah. Lingard looking like he's fucked up. Another stuff to add to the list of tits, so we move. Indeed, we do. Forest put through the chipper. Like that. Great effort from the mods. I love it. I love them. Fantastic. That's the monk of our back early season. They worked hard. In fact, yeah. Yeah, no 14 games to win this year. Great game. Looking forward to the next game the rest of the season. Yeah, looking forward to things. Nice one starting off. Salvin over America. Yeah. Well done, Billy and the Toon, indeed. Amazing trips. Had a lot of lightly off colour moments. He did, in fact. Yeah, I agree with that. Mike needs a little less treble, but still okay. Love the commentary. Brighton for Newcastle prediction. Can't do it yet. You'll see it on the preview show. I also hate Southampton as much as Villa. So well done, Tottenham. And Mark says, sorry, Forest fans, the only positives I saw for you was actually your fans giving a long, hard season. Very naive at the back. It's my biggest criticism of them. The pressure in the championship is nothing like the pressure that's going to be put on them with the Premierships, the quality of players in the Premiership and the fitness and speed. And they just didn't know how to get through it. They lost the balls that many times at the back. These comments are playing catch up there. Yeah, I'm miles behind. Thanks for the commentary, Billy. Not often we get 60% of the ball and get 10 more corners. Awesome win. In fact, that's right. I had to go internet and couldn't watch live, so thank you from Brazil with great commentary. No problem, Seb. Thanks for joining us, mate. Clough will be turning his grave. Now then, young man, we don't mention Brian Clough. Hopefully we stay humble and prepare for the next game now. We beat a promoted team, which is expected of us. Yeah, very naive. Francisco, hi, I'll say one thing, Billy. I'm getting pretty annoyed by Wilson's constant attitude to what Miggy does. The others hold the ball and he applauds, but with Miggy, no matter what he does, it's attitude. Yeah, there was one time when he could have squared it across and he did it against, was it one of the friendlies, can't think who was against. May have been 1860. I can't remember who it was, but Miggy went for the far post instead of squaring it to Wilson. And a similar situation happened today. But Wilson was being clever. All those times he ran far post was money in the bank for that one time when he went near post. And what happened the one time when he cashed in his money in the bank? Scored at near post. Really clever. I'm a bit pissed off myself for criticising Wilson's running because his running off the ball is fantastic. All those runs to far post, which is to make Niakate think that's where he likes to run. The one time he knew it was going near post, he was there like a shot and beat Niakate to the ball. Superb number 9 play, got to say. Glenn says, take care, have a great weekend away the lads. You do sound as though you're in the toilet, Billy. How do you know I'm not? Well done, Billy. Take care, Glenn. Gary. I don't think the Yeti is turned on, but I hear you just fine. Well, I'll tell you if it's turned on or not. No, you're right. You're right. It wasn't turned on. Billy deserves 3 brown ales. Great job, Eddie. We get domination game. Perfect win. Forest chopped down to size. I can't believe that. Yeah. Poor show for first game. No time update. Very poor. I don't have time update on my stream because, well, you know what to do, Scott, don't you? You got to be happy with that, says Ash. Billy's Black and White Army. We're going back to Scott. I did mention the time on countless times. Every time it occurred in this break of play, I mentioned how long it had gone. So you know where to go, don't you? Could have been 4 or 5, a little bit better decision making at times. Great result though. Thanks, Billy. First live stream myself. Looking forward to next home game. It'll be me, mate. Away games are Paul. He's got a different style to me. Paul's brilliant at it. You smashed it, Billy. Fantastic commentary. Thanks, Trev. Appreciate it, mate. Great job as usual. Put Paul in retirement home. No. We've got different styles, and I love Paul's style. I can't do what Paul does. He's brilliant at it. Could have been 5 and then 0-0. I was starting to feel anxious, so I'm really satisfied with 2. Yeah, I agree with that. Ben, that's black and white scarves. Luke, you never said where in Cov you are. I'm Small Heath. Small Heath's Birmingham, mate. So Little Heath is Cov. I'm Holbrooks. Henderson played well, says Ash. He did play well. Had a good game. Now the match's over. Back to the Commonwealth Games or YouTube or gaming. Well, that's the choice you've got, my man. Newcastle on fire. Fire's got burned. They did. Great start to the season. Feeling after the years of Ashley. Good times in ahead for Toon fans. Most likely gaming, says Phil. Scott, be respectful last time. Thanks, Jules. Great show, Billy. Predictions for Brighton v Newcastle. When it comes, we'll do the preview show before the Brighton game. And we'll give our predictions. So you have to come back to the channel and watch the Brighton preview game, mate. And please subscribe if you haven't already done so. European pushing this performance, says Keith, but poor quality in front of goal would have been 5 or 6. Few more quality signings in attack, and we'll run with the top 6 feathers. Indeed. EIO, up the Premier League we go. When we get to Europe, this is what we'll sing. We are Geordies, Super Geordies. Eddie is our king. Indeed. I can remember singing that when Kevin Keegan was manager. Fantastic. Well done, Billy. I had it on my, whatever you had it on, tablet, whatever. Great performance. Dominated. Perfect man management from Eddie Howe. They were looking to get nil when it could have been a banana skin. I agree with that. I thought Forest were awful. Well done. You were really good in Georgia Watchalong. Thanks, Mandy. Appreciate that, my love. Review show later. Review show, I think it's tomorrow afternoon, V. If I'm perfectly honest, I think it's tomorrow afternoon. So keep your eye out for the get your notifications on. You'll know when we are, but I think pretty sure it's tomorrow afternoon. We're in the top 4 for a few hours, says Carl. We are. Good performance and the result underline the difference in our club since last year. Indeed, it is. Great start to the new season, lads and lasses. It is a great start. Couldn't ask for any more. Byrne deserves to keep his place against Brighton. I agree. I thought he was outstanding today. Everyone played well and did their job. 2 fantastic goals too, indeed. Super chat from Glenn. Cheers, mate. £4.49. Get yourself a pint, Billy. You earned it. Giving out to Paul. Fantastic. Cheers. Thanks, Glenn. All my contributions for efforts on the review show, but yeah, keep your notification bell on. You'll know we're doing the review show. I think it's tomorrow afternoon at some stage. When I don't know, but it'll be confirmed. Keep your eye on social media and all the usual outlets and your notification bell to know. Rigmarole, we were amazing. Miggy leading the press. We kept regaining possession back. Maxi was brilliant. He didn't lose the ball while dribbling and pass when needed. And Bruno strung everything together. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Ronald says Forest shots on target 0. Yeah. Joe Linton solid 2, says Mirola. Everyone deserves 8 out of 10. Philip, prices are over £5 in Newcastle these days, aren't they? Depends where you go. Take care. Billy says, Charles, and you, my friend. Bring on the rest of the season. Who are the lads? He's in Coventry, cheaper points there. You're looking at £3 cheapest. Great job, Billy. Yeah, the mic is off. It was, yeah. Unbelievable. Julie J thinks she's in love with Joe Linton. He was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding today. Probably the place that are under £5 a pint. I like Wetherspoons or the other 2 pub chains. Anyway. Yep. Great commentary, Billy, and thank you, Mod. Great job to the Toon Review team. Thanks very much, Rigmarola. Well done, Billy, says David. Cheers, buddy. Tiger says everyone is amazing. That's great to see. Tiger's positive again. Positivity. And just think, Tiger, we could get another striker yet. Or we could, in fact, increase our squad to even more strength. But that was our full strength side virtually today. Even Botman aside, I thought we were outstanding. Most of the players were really good today. And I'm not going to say who I thought wasn't quite up to scratch. You'll see in tomorrow's review game when we get the marks out of 10. Perfect now. Yeah, it's somehow they might change settings, but sometimes it does that. Weird. He's Brazilian. He only costs 40 million. We think he's brilliant. That's Joe Linton. Indeed, he does. I did do a Sinclair, yeah. There we go. Sounds much better, yeah. I do, Jason. You're quite right. Dear. Still, never mind. You could all hear me, couldn't you? Nick High handled Wilson really well today. Wilson beat him once, unfortunately, for us it was a goal. But that was investment. All them times that Nick Harte was allowed to go with Wilson to the far post and beat him to the ball, it was all investment for that one time when he knew he weren't going to beat him to it at the near post. Just fantastic centre forward play from Wilson. Although I've got to say, I was impressed with Nick Harte. Out there, back their defenders, I thought it was streets. Well, McKenna weren't too bad. I think Wall isn't Premiership standard. If I'm truthful, I think Nico Williams needs a lot of work. I think he's young and naive. And Toffolo, yeah, I'm not sure he's going to be Premiership standard either. So it could be a long season for Forest, even with all the money they've spent. And then by the time they've spent some more, apparently they're after another player, aren't they? So yeah, I thought Nick Harte was quite impressive, to be fair. Good work, Billy, in a cracking result. They couldn't rob the rich. Jules. No doubt Wilson was awesome, but all game was looking to pass first, Miggy, and then some of them when Wilson was flat-footed. I agree. The one time taking a shot, they was complaining. Yeah, but one of a great start. Yeah, I know. But that goes back to the pre-season friendly, doesn't it? When the same thing happened. We control the game, no problem. Says Geordie. No easy 3 points. What a difference in audio, you silly Billy, indeed. Billy doesn't need a mic. I don't. You could have heard me without any mic. I would have shouted all the way. I know I've said before, but the headline would be Forest poor. I bet you £1 million. Thank you, Billy, for the stream and great for Newcastle indeed. Thank God we didn't get Lingard, whatever his name is. Great commentary, thank you. Great result, but fantastic commentary, says Brian. Wes says, cheers, Billy, top notch. I'm going to block Scott. Constant moaning. Mentioned the word woke. Can't have that. Not having it. Joe Link was colossal today, says Tim. Totally boss midfield. He was fantastic. Holy shit, what team performance. 9.2 out of 10 and real crap. So Dean, 4th in Premiership at the minute, indeed. Fab result. I'm very happy. The way we played today, great start. Well done, Billy. Fantastic. Villa lost to Bournemouth 2. Laughed my arse off. Yeah, I think that's a almost good result as this. We're coming to the end of the show, guys. We're at nearly 5:15. We're half an hour after the end of the show. Fantastic performance in Newcastle. 2-0 victory. 2-0 flat at Nottingham Forest on perfect on a 62% possession. We had 23 attempts on goal and 10 on target today. Forest didn't have a shot on target for them, just 5 attempts, but Newcastle was superb. 11 corners against 1 for Forest. We were superb today. And if this is kind of what goes for the rest of the season, we're going to have a good year. We're above Liverpool, says Matthew. We are indeed. So, we're coming to the end of the show. Billy made the executive. I did. Yeah, I couldn't have it anymore. End of the show. As I said, if you've liked what you've seen, subscribe to the channel, etc., etc. You know what the rigmarole is. I've had a great day. Thanks to all you mods. You've been fantastic again in the background, supporting us, making sure that all the crap doesn't get to me and what have you. And it looks like we've had a bit today. So fair play to the mods, best mod squad in the business, as I've said before. Fantastic result for Newcastle United. I love it. I love it when we win. 2-0 win. Alex is unbeaten at St James's Park still. And I believe I'm unbeaten on the Toon Review doing a stream as well. Watchalong. So it's all good. Everything's good. Everything's positive. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon with a review of the show. Tomorrow night with a fantasy football programme. So keep your ears out and eyes out for when we're coming on. Notification bell is essential to know when we're going next. Until tomorrow, when we see you again, I'll bid you all adios. How are the lads and lasses? 2-0 to Newcastle. What a result. Enjoy your weekend, folks. It's been great.